Holy fucking shit, dude. We're in.
We're going. I guess since I'm like, you guys can just run it like your podcast. I'll do my read, then we'll upload it. This will be our podcast, but
that's cool.
How's that sound?
Yeah,
sounds great.
Adam has no idea that I've just completely cut him out of the picture.
Cut the team.
Little internal coup.
Which has been a dream of mine to do for a while. But yeah, welcome to the new Cumtown, which is just a different podcast.
Yeah, totally different.
Almost entirely.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, Stav's dead. Adam's on Birthright.
Is he actually?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's in Israel right now?
Adam is in Israel right now.
How old is he?
He's 32 years old.
Is that a late birthright?
Well,
is he going for the Jesus treatment, dude?
If you're Jewish, you get to go.
Bad timing.
It's a late birthright.
Yeah. I mean, he's not actually. He's just a Jewish person.
He's just a J traveling.
Back in New York, and I'm not. Yeah.
When do you go on Birthright?
When you're like 17 or something. I think you can go until you're 27.
When you're at your fucking hottest.
Yeah, sure. Because they let non-Jews go.
Oh, that's why they do it.
Send those 17-year-olds back and you come in them and create more J's.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, all their community-based shit is just based around making people fuck each other to create more Jews.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Justin shit.
You're like, what?
All the other buttons are pushed down besides this one, so push it as well.
Do you know what any of those do, or
No.
Nice?
Not really.
We've been operating that thing for 2 years, and we have no idea what
That's
it
a
does.
lot of freaking knobs.
Just turning it, hitting buttons.
It's too many.
I just wait till people talk, and when I see the purple grow while that person's talking to a certain extent, I'm like, we're good. We got them.
Now we're flying.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. There we go. I was waiting for you to talk.
Are you a regular DJ too? Do you like DJ like music and stuff? Do you?
Oh, I'm at the
do
clubs all the
stuff?
time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. No.
Deep V's.
I'm a VJ.
A VJ?
I'm more of a VJ, yeah.
He's a video jockey.
Music video selector.
Oh, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Do they still do that? The MTV doesn't. What is on MTV now?
I think it's just like pregnant.
I think it's just gay people kissing.
Gay people and like
gay teenagers having their first kiss. Just hours and hours of gay first
What
kiss.
is it, for real?
It's just
I
gay
think
teenage.
that's
It's
it.
gay teenage sex on MTV.
And catfish?
Mm-hmm. And catfish.
They still do catfish?
It's 13-year-olds getting... We watched that one show, Life According to Jazz. Yeah, Jazz.
Oh, Jazz was that fucking trans kid, right?
Yeah. Which is hilarious because she's like rich, and then her friends aren't.
Oh, really?
So like she has one friend that's just some like poor Mexican man that looks like a day laborer. That's like the way they've transitioned is by getting like pink earrings from Claire's. And then the rest of it is still like a 230-pound Mexican man. And Jazz is just like decked out with like the nicest surgeries and like...
Jazz is fucking smoking though, right?
Yeah.
I think I've seen Jazz. Jazz is hot.
Is the friend also trans or just?
Yeah, all the friends are trans, right?
I'm trying to fucking... Wait, it's a whole squad of trans?
It's a squad of trans, yeah.
You're saying that, but they're too poor to be hot. The Mexican friend is too poor to be hot.
Like difference in economic status already is difficult with friendships.
The Jazz looks like a girl, and then the Mexican one looks like a Guess Who character. Like barely, it's like a shitty disguise.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that little
I guess you do have to have
14-year-old
money, dude.
Dude, you need to be
make that switch.
Oh, for sure.
You need to be getting paid to trans, dude.
Well, it's like Hunger
obviously.
Games. Like all the like goofy fucking wacky people, they're the ones who are watching everybody else. The people who get to look however they want and do whatever they want, they're the ones who are watching.
Goofies and wackies?
No, but I'm saying they get that's like you get to like
called trans goofy wackies.
No.
Abby.
Oh, too loud?
No, you're fine. For some reason, it's just your mic is going up like super
loud. It's because I laugh really loud. I'll
like...
pull it away. I'll pull it away when I laugh.
Yeah, because your other stuff looks fine. I'm like making sure I'm actually bringing you through it the right way.
Was it clipping? I mean, Stop screams all the time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's getting there. I'm just making sure. So we should be good. I just don't want to. That's my nightmare is to completely blow the sound. But we're good. I have faith that we're good.
You want to pause it and listen to it?
Yeah, let me see something real quick.
Do you listen to the podcast after you record it?
My bad. Fix the technical difficulties. We're in.
Nice.
So you were saying, Abby.
What was I saying?
You were saying something about
No, it's just like it is a luxury. No, they can.
They don't deserve it. They didn't get to that point of the Hunger Games yet.
Right. They're not there yet. But once they have the money, they'll get to watch.
But you just know there's like Appalachian rednecks doing their own surgery.
Own
You know, like,
trans
fuck, I'll
surgeries?
make a pussy.
You talking about trans? You think there's trans
I
signs
could
out
make
there,
a
dude?
pussy myself right now.
I don't know, man.
Just turn a possum inside out.
I'm
and
still
staple
on.
it to your dick.
I
I support a redneck dad.
Yeah,
I can't buy it for you, but I'll make it for you.
I let a family of possums chew my dick and balls off, and then in the hole, I jammed one of their babies.
I like Abby's idea of mandated military service for trans people. That's a good one for trans kids.
Yeah, thank you for
draft.
interpreting. You know, I didn't even know that's what I was saying, and now that you said that, I was like, that is what I meant. Yeah.
That's 2020 stuff. That's a
I
stuff.
think
of
so. I feel
2020,
that's
dude.
I feel like that's
dude.
really.
Well, ironically, you can just they don't even need to pay for the surgery. You just step on a fucking roadside bomb, and then
Now you
Oh,
gotta-
they're like,
now he's
well,
gonna give you a
I'm
whole new
starting-
half.
Yeah, I'm starting
You
from
a robot?
scratch.
Maybe
Yeah.
you put back. You're saying so you'd be put back together the way you want.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
I love those videos of the veterans that are like, they came back from Iraq, like both arms, legs, or both, like one arm,
You love these?
dick gone, the whole bottom gone, but then that one arm, they were just doing curls all day. That one arm is like, yeah, what's up? I'm 3'7", 78 pounds, fucking all muscle.
all arm wrestle.
Like an
Any
All Real
motherfucker,
Monsters
dude.
character.
Just holding his
He's
eyeballs.
he's got that one arm with just covered in veins and tribal tattoos. If you fuck with him on his terms,
You're
then
in
it's-
trouble.
yeah, it's
Dude, you ever
over,
see
dude.
that legless dude wrestle? The
Yeah.
guy with no half?
Whoa.
He's a real monster. He really is an
saying
real
he's
monster.
crumb.
He fucks people up. He's a crumb. And he fucking murders people.
Is it because they have low expectations?
No, it's
No,
because
center
he has
gravity.
he has no legs. Dude.
Whoever gets lowest in
he got
wrestling
nothing to
wins.
grab on.
Whoever gets lowest wins. He's,
They can't grab
he's
him.
instantly set up for a takedown.
I
every
think they
single
should
time.
they take anybody that's like a quadruple amputee and they do a new MMA where they put like they pair them up with each other, but then they're placed in cannons that are pointed to the middle of the ring, and then you fire them, and whichever one survives is the winner.
That's pretty fair.
I know. I mean, these are just some ideas I have for
Just tossing it
the
around.
new MTV.
Would you
Make sure to write them down.
would you make him? How would you address like the concussion issue with that?
What do you mean?
You have to make sure they don't.
I think
concuss you.
I wouldn't. I would not address it.
Fair enough.
Dude, the best thing about the guy with half, the wrestler, they don't adjust his uniform.
Will Smith is
So
the
he has
African
little-
guy that discovers
he has
that
little
that is
legs.
bad for people. Putting them in the cannon is bad for them. They are getting brain
They
damage.
try to cover it up.
They're getting brain damage from being launched into each other's faces. No one cares about the research.
Yeah, there's whole centers in Africa dedicated towards like breaking the figuring out like concussions in sports.
Oh, really?
That was well, in that movie he was from Africa and he came through and was like, "Yo,
Wait, Africa's
shit.
trying to fucking save us?
yeah."
That's
What's funny, 'cause, like-
concussion is about.
Fuck them, dude.
Concussion is about Will Smith from
They're paying
Africa,
us
and
back
he was
for
like, "You
AIDS.
guys don't
Yeah,
understand."
that's the whole movie. Yeah, everyone's like, don't you have AIDS?
Yeah, why are you guys worried about the
your HIV?
NFL?
Yeah.
Traumatic brain injury is no joke.
Why don't you get some clean water and we'll talk fucking head injuries?
Yeah, dude.
I can't get that. You missed a good Asian, dude. We saw a good Asian down at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, it was get this, a middle-aged Chinese guy who tripped. Can you imagine? Such
I'm
a
guessing
thing?
he didn't.
And we're
fall,
walking
though.
out.
No,
We're
no,
walking
no.
out. He's like, he was struggling to get up the curb. He couldn't get up the curb.
I couldn't tell if he was like
I think he had,
drunk
like, a
or
fucked up
something.
leg.
He was like, he seemed off.
But what did he say to us? He's like, "What's up, guys?"
Yeah.
Something like that. Like we walked
it's
past
okay,
him, and he was like trying to get up a curb. And
After
was
he
like,
tripped?
"Oh, what's up, guys?"
He played it off,
Yeah, he played it off real cool.
but I don't think he was playing off the tripping. I think he was playing off the last 42 years of being a Chinese guy.
I do. I want to do.
He's like,
a,
no, what's up, dude? I'm like a regular guy. I'm not Chinese.
I want to like get the camera system.
not Chinese at all.
I would love to see a film that was just like Asian people in a rush. Do you ever see it in the city when like they'll just like start running? I would love just a compilation of just like seeing the red light and like, grabbing your backpack and just rushing.
Set up a camera at Drexel. Them rushing to class. I would go down and get coffee. Every once in a while, you'd see a Tokyo partner
Dude,
sprint to class.
They grip both strips of the backpack and put their head down and just
Yeah, it's an anime run.
It's efficient. It's smart. It gets you to where you need to be faster.
That's why they're ahead.
Yeah, it's not embarrassing.
fucking funny.
That's the thing that's nice about being Chinese. If you do something embarrassing, no one knows it's you. You know? They're just like, I saw this Chinese guy do something stupid. No one's going to be like, oh, it's that specific
He
Chinese
could
guy.
walk in here.
We saw that guy
today
30 minutes ago.
and-
We'd be like, oh, you got to hear about this other Chinese guy you saw. And he's like, oh, yeah, I've never heard of such a man in my life.
He couldn't get up a curb.
He could, what?
What the absolute
Anyways,
loser?
what's up, guys?
At the 7-Eleven?
What's up?
Oh, that sparked that. I got to hear that fucking New York Chinese accent.
Oh, yeah, we were just talking about like how like Chinatown has like Chinese guys that have like a half Chinese, half New York accent, which is like unique to China. But like, yeah, these motherfuckers won't come by and say I owe $20. I don't know about that. This motherfucker, he wants to come by a dry cleaner. Maybe I'll talk to him later.
That's just a Cambodian. That's
Well,
a Cambodian
yeah.
accent.
Maybe.
We have thugged out Cambodians in Philly, and you literally just brought me
Nailed
back
it.
to like 2003.
Maybe it's just urban Chinese.
Yeah, dude, that was like weird. I knew one guy like that who was a Cambodian dude who literally he'd always say "do."
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Do.
Do?
Yeah.
What
You
kind
just
of?
cracked open the case on thug Cambodians, dude. That's
Yeah.
a sick and twisted world you want to get into.
Well, yes, like Southeast Asians are fucked up.
thugged out Cambodians, dude, are like.
Do they like pump iron and shit? Like, do they get all buff?
Yeah, they just
like,
sell
Slow
like,
down, Abby.
they just sell like low.
what are
quality
their? What's their
weed.
deal? Like, how do they? They're all tough guys, but like, what kind of tough guy are they? Like, are they
sell
like?
low quality weed,
Okay.
Xanaxes, multiple? They're just like fucked up, dude. These are like wild fucking people.
Yeah.
They'll kill you.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
they're like
spent their childhood like kickboxing and like
Yeah,
you know
dude.
being fucking carpet bombed.
they can like kick trees down and shit.
Yeah. Can you imagine how much it sucks to be like from a country that was at war with the United States and the United States had not even enough respect to you to publicly declare war? When people know it, like you're just like
It's like when you fucking
just
ugly
like so
chick.
far.
You
Like,
don't want to tell
like,
anyone.
yeah, don't like acknowledge me in public.
And
or
France
anything.
brings it up and you're like, shut the
Yeah.
fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
I told you that.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, dude, we're just fucking around.
You
dude.
told
It's
Germany I
casual.
fucked it.
It's casual, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty embarrassing, dude. People are like, "No, we're not at war with you guys." Like, no, yeah, you're literally bombing us. And we're
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Nah, come
It's
on.
tight that we were doing that to Pakistan a little bit, though. They deserve it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pakistan. What are the countries we're at war with right now?
Yemen, we're fucking up a little.
Venezuela,
Or no, maybe we're not fucking up Yemen
I think
enough.
Syria, Venezuela.
Yeah, we funded a lot of like the genocide in Yemen.
Good, I like that.
Yeah.
Going
Like
into
to keep
Africa.
that rolling.
Africa's going.
The Chinese are getting in there, dude.
Are they really?
Chinese is Africa.
Oh yeah.
They invest heavily in Africa.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Chinese are taking over Africa.
Chinese.
The Chinese.
Dude, I'm fucked up right now, man. I literally black pilled myself this morning across like 7 different just types of videos. I
On
ended
what?
up with that girl I sent you.
What is black pill? Yeah. What's black pill?
Black pilling is like kill yourself. Red pilling.
So yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Black pilling's like it's like
Red pilling to the
it's like
extent that you want
you
to.
red pill yourself to the extent where you hit the level of black pills, and it's just basically like there's no point. Everything's so fucked,
Nihilist.
you just
Dude,
have to-
somebody posted
sort
that
of,
chick,
but it's like
that little girl on the Reddit that was
yeah,
like,
dude.
Little
she was
girl
like
on the
making
right.
fun of Islam.
Their
Remember
Reddit is
that?
like mostly child pornography.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah we only we fucks heavy with child porn.
Yeah.
No, this lady. It's just
Well, it's Pride Month. You know?
it's a 14-year-old girl just who like. I was telling my friend, I'm like,
I don't
she
know,
has
it's
to have
like-
a writer.
Retarded, like naked women end up in your guys' feed.
Oh,
It's
you
like
mean
I don't know
that
what's
girl
ending up in
has
people's
comedy?
feeds.
We're getting
Yes.
the
Yeah,
trickle down
yeah.
effect
Dude,
of that.
did
Jesus
Did you open that?
Christ!
What?
That thing I sent you?
Yes, hilarious.
Yeah, that shit's weird.
What?
It's weird and like it's weird the way it's produced and like people are like, oh, you know, even if she does have a writer, it's funny. It's like no, it's just weird. It's like a bizarre.
It's
thing.
very strange,
There's
dude.
this like 13-year-old girl that produces these sort of like kind of red pilled videos about like you know
like 4chan.
Western
She
culture
just-
and shit, but like the jokes are
But the friend zone doesn't exist. You're just a faggot. Just because
It's nuts. She made one that was like anti-Islam. That was her wearing like a fucking burqa. And
Oh my
shit. It was
gosh.
Yeah,
nuts,
it's very,
dude.
very like purposely incendiary. Like she like really, it's like 4chan. It's just a 14-year-old girl reading 4chan.
Whoa.
She's trying to like quit school apparently.
it bothers me because a child is more productive than I am.
Dude, I know.
It's good
She
writing.
figured it out soon.
Good writing.
Yeah,
dude.
like when I heard about those African girls that invented a generator made out of piss, it pissed me off. I'm like, I could have been doing that.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck these dumbass kids. There's somebody made it for them. Their dad did it for them.
I think the dad set him up.
Science fair. It's Cameroonian science fair.
Fucking
We make a
dad did it.
generator.
Yeah, we made a house out of doo doo. I'm like, shut up. I could have done that.
This fucking volcano.
Fucking stupid doo doo house.
Yeah, I blackpilled myself pretty hard. I started getting into sinking of Lusitania.
Yeah.
Oh, get
That's
into
pretty
that,
cool.
bro.
Dude, I was like, because I was like looking up stuff for like a
You ever watch
sketch.
Boardwalk Empire?
Yeah.
A little bit. I did see a little bit of
Well,
that.
like when he goes to enlist, he tells the guy like he's enlisting because his brother was on the Lusitania or whatever, and they let him in because he was like not 4Fs, but there was some reason he couldn't enlist. But then you find out at the end of the season the real reason is because his mom got him drunk and had sex with him. That hot mom, that fucked me up watching it.
So hot.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, I want my mom to be her, but then fuck me.
Yeah,
You know?
at college.
Yeah.
That was ahead of the fucking stepmom phase.
What, Boardwalk Empire?
That fuck scene in Boardwalk Empire.
That's eternal, dude. Stepmom,
It was
the hot
nice, bro.
stepmom is just an eternal
They got
archetype.
drunk at a fucking party, like a
didn't see
college
that.
party. Yeah.
Was that the finale?
And then she bedded him.
Nice.
Damn, dude. Yeah, I was like looking up. I was like, I wanted to write a sketch about a dude, like an A&E intervention, but the dude just was like addicted to black pills, and then he like black pills the entire crew. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I ended up like, I'm gonna do research for this and just watch conspiracy videos. All
So wait,
morning.
on the Lusitania, did you find out they did have arms on there, right?
Scuba divers found arms.
Yeah, they had guns
So I
on
was
there.
trying to, like, do
So
research.
the Germans were right to sink that fucking thing.
Yeah, I was doing research, like laughing about it, and then I ended up just calling Spade for like an hour, be like, "Dude, this is fucking crazy."
And the
I
British
lost
were
my
kind of
whole
like,
fucking morning.
yeah, sink it. Please sink that, dude.
Well,
Get the U.S. involved.
The whole thing that they were claiming is that who was it? J.P. Morgan was like sending out war bonds, and then England, he was sending
Which
them to
stands
England.
for Jewish person Morgan, by the way. That's the most important part of the conspiracy.
What's Rothschild?
It was in front of our eyes the whole time.
Yeah, he said he was selling war bonds, and then England was about to lose. So they're like, we have to get America involved. And America was like unanimously like, nah, we're cool.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
a ton of Germans.
All right, you guys want to go to England? And they
We
put
were
a bunch
what?
of bombs in there.
America had a ton of like German, Irish people. They're like, we're not going to fucking help England.
No, yeah.
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 Well, it's also America was mostly non-inter. Well, I guess not after World War One, but
That was it. That's what they said.
That
It was the straw that broke the
pretty
camel's back.
isolationist
Yeah.
going into that. Well, no. So then they did that shit with the Maine before that.
yeah,
Yeah, it
but that was
like,
wasn't that
false
fake?
flags.
That was
yeah,
fake.
it's
Yeah.
another fake one.
That was the thing I was reading about it. It must be funny, and then I just went down this YouTube hole where I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah,
What
the Maine-
percentage of the conspiracy theories that you read do you believe?
Well,
don't
these
believe
aren't
any.
even conspiracy.
You don't believe
like,
any of them?
Lusitania is
Lusitania's
true.
not a conspiracy
That's,
theory.
yeah, that's real.
They-
The
Oh,
found
not that,
Maine
but
is
like,
real.
you said
Gulf
like
of
you go
Tonkin
into
is
like all
real.
these like
Yeah.
black pilled shit. Like, is a lot of it conspiracy theories or
A
no?
lot of, I mean, dude, I think we've been propagandized to the point where like no one can tell what's real anymore.
Here's why
Right,
9/11
yeah.
isn't like fake because like we can just bomb countries with impunity and people don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to have that, even like people that are into conspiracy theories would be like, which countries are we bombing again? It's like, I don't know.
Nobody
I
has
think-
any idea.
I think 7 of them. I can't name all of them.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like watching it because it is. I remember, dude. Remember the Ring of Power came out way back when? There was that was the very first one that came out. I was like
A conspiracy theory
24.
movie or something?
It was a DVD. There was
Oh
a
my God,
DVD
no.
That made its way around. I saw that at 23 and was just like, oh Jesus Christ! I fucking freaked. That like knocked me off
What
my
was it
axis.
about?
It's the same old song, dude. About like
About the Jays?
the central banks. They never get into the Jews. They go central
They
banks.
just circle that.
Yeah, they go central banks and
Yeah.
they
That's
go
the
into
thing
that whole
that,
thing.
that does like raise questions. It's like, why don't they ever involve the Jews in the conspiracy theory?
Oh, they do. If you watch enough of
I know.
them, dude, it all comes down to that. You go, ah, yeah, and you close your YouTube, you slap your laptop, like, oh, Jesus Christ. They got me again.
Because it's like if you're gonna start, you might as well go full tilt. You know what I mean?
No, they like the way, they like kind of, it's like a drain thing. You're out in the outer realm of it, and you go, all right, I
Yeah.
can believe this. And all of a sudden, it's like, and here's another Jewish guy, and this guy was Jewish. There's a quick thing about the Jews, and you're like, all right, I see what you're doing. You guys got me again. I thought I was looking up history.
Yeah,
You
don't-
were.
If you look up history, you're going to end up being anti-Semitic.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, there is a lot of it in there that's pretty funny.
Yeah, dude. They've got me a bunch of times. But yeah, I don't know. The flat Earth thing is hilarious. How they're like, well, clearly, if the Earth was a ball, how would water stick to a ball? They don't believe in gravity.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the
Like-
whole idea behind the flat Earth conspiracy is that if they can get you to believe that the Earth is round, they can get you to believe anything.
Yeah.
So by actively denying, it's sort of this like I don't know, like first order conspiracy theory where if you can convince yourself the Earth's flat, then you can like reprogram yourself to not believe any of the lies you've been told
That's true.
been told by authority figures. But it's
Damn.
fucking retarded. I mean, no one ever thought there was a flat Earth. That was sort of like retconned into like dark age thinking in like the 1800s. It's like nobody ever really thought the Earth was fucking flat.
Yeah, it was the dome
Oh,
above
yeah.
the flat Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, with the flat Earth, like when they're like talking about Columbus and shit, where they're like, he thought he was going to sail off the
No,
end of
he
the world.
didn't.
It's like, no,
No,
he
he
knew
did.
everybody knew the
No one was
Earth
like
was a
fucking
sphere.
fund a
Really?
trip.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
would have done if they thought they were going to fall off the
I
end
think
of the
there's a
earth.
good amount of people. If there was enough people now, there's probably a huge amount of people.
No.
It's
How
like this.
charming,
It'd be like-
charismatic is the person who's convincing people that the fucking.
It would be like this. It'd be like if, like, 700 years from now, there's like an advertising campaign that says, like, in the 60s, they thought the moon was made out of cheese.
Yeah.
And no one knew until they went there or whatever. And then people were like, did you know that for 500 years they thought the moon was made out of cheese?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, no, that was like essentially a joke. No, I didn't think the fucking earth was flat.
Well, I don't know. I came across a conspiracy theory. Have you guys seen Science Test Faith? My stepdad showed me it. It's about a piece of communion wafer that turned into actual skin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jesus' skin, and a
Was that-
scientist proved
was it
that
white?
it was
Is that
beaten.
transubstantiation?
It was white.
It was white?
It specifically, it was a
Turned
little
into a
piece of
very
skin that
white
was
skin.
just big enough to
Got
say
sunburned
white
on the-
person on it. Yeah. Not
Damn,
Middle
so
Eastern.
communion turned into skin?
Yeah. Scientists proved that it had blood vessels, and not only that it was beaten skin. It was traumatized skin.
Damn.
So just, I don't know
So
if you
take
guys
that,
want to.
science.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch
You
it.
fucking faggot
I didn't watch
scientist.
it.
Did anyone eat it?
Oh, I don't think
I
so.
would have gobbled
I
that
would
thing
have
up,
well,
dude.
I mean, as a Catholic, that's nothing new.
Right.
Every single
Right.
time it's
I've
flesh.
seen multiple. I've seen multiple. I've got like toenails and shit eating that, dude.
Yeah.
Every
Reminds me
single
of like
time.
the gold
Blood.
member when he's eating like the skin, but that's just
Yeah. That's
yeah.
Yeah,
That's nothing
that's
new
a
to
miracle.
us.
That's just a miracle. That's a standard Catholic miracle.
that's what all of our dumb parents believe,
For sure.
is that actually happens every time. Like, that's the real body of Christ right now.
Yeah, they never sold me on it fully.
What's
Right.
what's the argument? It's consubstantiation versus transubstantiation. The idea that it like actually turns into the body of Christ, or like from a metaphysical standpoint,
Yeah.
like the
Trans is like definitely eating the body.
yeah.
Is con like the symbolic understanding?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, that's weird. Just
I
to
don't
be
give
like,
a shit. It's just
Look, I know
like-
it's not the real body, but it's sick to pretend this is a real body. Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Well, I don't think it's pretending. It's I don't know. I
Kind of like the flat Earth thing. You just make yourself believe anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. How does the fucking water stay on a ball? These are the questions you got to ask.
True. How come that
put a-
Asian couldn't get up that curb?
Exactly, dude.
That's because the Earth was flat.
You think it like
it was
gravity,
round, he
you think
would've got
gravity
that.
glitched on them? So you're
Well, that's
so,
why they have better balance, because their face is the same shape as the Earth. They call,
You think that comes into play?
Instead of calling them moon face, they call them Earth face. now.
That's a fair theory.
Hey, what's up, Earth face?
It's actually kind of an unfair advantage.
Excuse me, don't you mean moon face? No, I'm like a conspiracy theorist. Here, let me talk to you for a second. I got some YouTube videos I want to show you.
I've seen
God.
dudes definitely like come in and just like put up points and be like, no, I'll show you the YouTube video on that dude. And they'll be like, and anyway, next thing, like, no, I got the YouTube video on it. And so they'll definitely hold it up as like that's reality. I dated that one girl one date who was basically trying to convince me that like Germany was fucked up and Hitler wasn't bad in terms of economic
Damn.
stuff. And I was like,
You know,
I'm like, do you tell this to anybody? And she was like, dude, me and my dad watch the YouTube video all the time. She's like, the first time we watched it, my dad cried. And I was like, what the fuck? It's a Puerto Rican lady, by the way.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
I was right.
It's a Puerto Rican lady, dude.
Something about him just.
How old was she?
Just one YouTube video.
I knew it.
It's got like 48 views. This guy's crying in his living room.
Dude, exactly. That killed me. Her dad, it was literally, again, it was a Puerto Rican lady. Her dad watched it and was just like, I guess was so moved, like, oh my God, I've been lied to my whole life. Hitler was a good guy. There's a lot of people buzzing around on like 75 IQs who just watch that and go like, the more sophisticated stuff
I
gets
like
me.
that they have a 75 IQ. It's probably somebody with Down syndrome.
Yeah, like
Close. As close as you can
89.
get without having
Yeah.
that extra
Although,
chromosome.
Could you imagine being retarded and watching YouTube?
Being retarded, being racist.
Yeah.
Being racist is so funny. Well, but people with Downs are like dogs, where they'll like bark at black dudes if they see them. Downs will get you.
Only if their
just,
their
"Hey,
parent
mister."
is scared
Yeah,
of them.
yeah,
They
yeah,
sense it. It's like, oh, my dad is scared of this person, so now I'm gonna bark.
Instead of barking, it's just, hey, mister, repeatedly.
Yeah.
Hey, mister, hey, mister, hey, mister.
He runs away, comes back up to him, runs away.
Circles the parents' legs. Hey, mister, hey, mister. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're in a sorry state with the YouTube stuff. We were talking last time about the guy getting brain. Now people are coming out like, I was brainwashed by YouTube. It's not my fault. No. Now there's like deep fakes are coming out. Did you see Zuckerberg's deep fake?
No.
People have been deep faking all these people, and it was Zuckerberg.
What does that mean?
Deepfakes now.
Videos of Mark Zuckerberg getting fucked.
It's like someone could take a video of you and then record your mouth moving to words.
Damn.
Like what Conan used to do.
Yeah. Conan was a deepfaker.
Yeah, just his mouth moving.
Oh,
Conan
okay,
used to
okay.
release videos of celebrities getting fucked on the show. It was like a bit that they
Surprised
would
he's
do.
still in such good graces.
Yeah, dude, we're sliding into just pure propaganda.
Damn.
It's not going to get any better.
For who, though?
Everybody.
Yeah.
100%. I think we're being destabilized from outside countries.
Well, I mean, I go back home and I'm like, I look at the stuff that pops up on.
We do that all the time.
Oh, we do it all the time. Yeah, I just don't want anyone doing it to us. I need to know. I need to watch
shit
YouTube.
with like Mike Pompeo trying to prevent Corbyn from colluding with fucking Israel to rig Britain's election. I mean, that's like excessive. But
Wait, colluding with who?
Israel, the Israeli lobby.
Sure.
I mean, like Trump meeting with
I
Jewish
love
interest
Israel.
groups, and they're worried about Germany.
I
Like
love
your
Israel. I
Bush?
love Israel's lobby.
Take a Zuckerberg picture with the flag.
I will,
I
dude.
stand with Israel.
I do stand with Israel.
What do you love about Israel?
Just fucking settling.
Oh, okay.
Settlements and shit.
Colonial power.
Colonialism.
Love colonialism, dude.
Yeah.
Well, theirs was kind of
because of Colonial Williamsburg.
I went to
Yeah.
colonial.
Everybody says colonialism sucks, but I went there and there's like a blacksmith. It's
It was
pretty
awesome.
tight. Yeah.
I had like turtle soup.
Yeah, you get to make your own
Ooh.
you make your own hoe cakes from cornmeal.
It's great.
I don't know. That seems like a lot better than whatever's going on in Vietnam.
I got in trouble at Williamsburg. We went on a field trip in 5th grade, and they made me count bricks.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I was laughing during the fucking
wanted to see if you
presentation,
could. They were
and
like, "Can this
is
kid
an
fucking
old
count?"
Punishment. They made me go count bricks.
What?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Damn.
I
Yeah.
Are you sure like the chaperone wasn't molesting one of the other kids? me and Marcus are gonna go behind the
Put him in the
glass. I'm gonna
stocks.
show him. Yeah.
Put a kid in the
I'm gonna
stocks.
show him what being
go to town,
pilloried
dude.
feels like.
do you ever get hit in school?
No.
In school, like by a teacher?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I
Nothing.
caught a smack.
You caught a
I
smack
think I
by
caught
who?
The last smack, the
Are you
principal.
70 years old?
Dude, 30, half.
I had a teacher kick a kid.
Did you really?
Yeah, he was rolling on the ground.
Whoa.
Catholic school, dude.
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
dragged
yeah,
to
dude.
the office by my ear, but that's about as physical as it ever got.
That's pretty
painful.
physical.
I would call that in the club, dude. I got smacked by the principal for jumping out of the fire escape of the bus. We're doing the drill, and I jumped on someone. And the lady literally pulled me up, smacked my butt, and sent me inside. And I was
Oh,
like,
okay. When I heard smack, I thought it was in the face. A smack on the butt. That's
I
not
mean,
bad.
smack on a butt is equally problematic, dude.
It's equally no, it's not.
No,
A smack
it's
to
not.
the face is way more traumatic than a
There's no
smack
way-
to the
there's no
butt.
such
Her
thing
finger
as,
went in
like-
my butthole.
No,
Okay, well,
there's a difference.
all right, well,
There's no
you're
such
using a
thing
different
as, like,
word.
a supportive smack in the face.
She goosed me.
Baseball coaches are
Right.
going to be like, "Great fucking job, Dick."
Yeah,
If you're a mobster, you can be like, eh.
Yeah, but you're not a mobster. You're a typical boy.
My principal goosed. I want to state for the record, my principal goosed me. Now that I remember it, she went like this and gave me like a fucking full goose.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that. Second grade teacher, fucking this kid was laying on the ground having a tantrum, and he kicked her. And she's like, "You kick me, I'll fucking kick you." And she kicked him like hard. He
Damn.
was crying. She kicked. He was
Okay,
laying on
well,
the
it was an
ground.
eye for an eye. That's
a
fair.
second grader, and she kicked him. Pretty sick.
Like was it like a stomp or like a just a?
No, it was a kick to the gut. He was laying on his side.
Well, yeah, we had like a lunch helper who like just like openly beat a kid in the recess yard, and everyone was just like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "No, this is what I do for my kids." Like, no, you can't hit this kid, and she was not allowed to like monitor recess anymore.
Yeah,
she was a big
especially-
dog too. She was
Especially
big.
since she works in the lunch department.
She's a
It's like, I
volunteer.
want him to be better at lunch. What happens when he's a grown man and he's eating all like rocks and grass? Fucking everyone's looking at him weird. These are skills you need for later in life, is to have fucking sloppy joes. You don't learn this shit.
It was lunch.
The
recess.
cafeteria lady thinking they're a teacher. I gotta teach these faggots how to eat lunch.
Yeah, she was banned.
Nice.
Getting banned in like '95 from a volunteer recess lady, you had to fuck up, dude.
Damn.
She jacked this kid. I remember I was playing. It was just like, okay, just playing. I was like,
Damn.
eh, not phased.
Hitting kids, hitting strangers' kids is the fucking move.
I want to start a school where you can do it. I'm gonna bring
It's
it back.
hard not
I
to.
remember this
sometimes.
fat guy telling me one time, and like I wasn't friends with him, and I didn't like him, and he didn't know. He was like a comedian, and he was like telling me about like being in line at Popeyes, and he's like, "There's this obnoxious kid behind me. This woman's not controlling her child," and he's like, and I tell you, the sound a 5-year-old makes when a 350-pound man sneakily shifts his weight onto that child's foot is heavenly.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, wait, you mean to tell me you like spitefully physically abused someone else's child because they were annoying you in line at the fried chicken restaurant. And he was like,
Damn.
well, yeah. You know, he thought it'd be like
I mean,
a
if you
cool-
put it that
Yeah,
way.
you thought,
Yeah, I didn't know that. Like a cool story to tell.
I didn't know that was in the fat guy's arsenal, just a foot crush.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You don't watch
Oh,
WWF?
totally.
That's like a big move for us.
Just a foot crush on a kid? Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
Or if they're laying down, you stand on them and walk over them.
Oh, yeah.
That's another move.
Now I know, though. If I ever get my foot crushed, I'm going to be, if it's a hefty gentleman, I'm going to be like, all right.
What did I do?
I know what the fuck you're up to. Here comes a fucking goose, dude. Here comes a power. You'd have to goose him hard, dude. Get through like a 350-pound ass. You have to Iger uppercut him. Did you question the way he crushed this guy's foot?
No, I mean, I had limited interaction with the guy. I was like, oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, hurting a child. That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Couldn't really do it back to him either.
Because all he wants is that affirmation. Once he doesn't get it, you know,
that
it's
guy
like,
really sucked. He was like so full of himself. He taught comedy classes
Oh,
and
gosh.
just did shitty one-liners.
That's toxic obesity, dude, at its finest.
Yeah.
Just using your fat
Throwing your
privilege.
weight around.
So, well, I'm going to use my 350 pounds to crush this fucking kid.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Teaching a comedy class is just a guarantee you suck.
yeah,
Almost. Oh,
probably. But God, money's nice though.
True.
You know?
I did it.
True.
I got kicked out of Helium for it.
For
what,
teaching a
teaching-
comedy class.
Yeah, Fit hit me up and was like, "Will you do this?" And I was like, "I'll do it for a thing." They're giving me like $35 an hour.
Yeah.
I did. I had everyone come in, and I was like, "Look, don't ever pay for one of these ever again."
Totally. Exactly.
was
That's
like-
that's the class.
And like, what are we gonna do? I was like, just go up and all do 5 minutes. We don't have 5 minutes. I was like, tough. Just go up there and talk for 5 minutes.
Right,
And they're like,
right.
I can't believe you paid for this. I'm like, yeah, I told
you
you.
started hitting them.
I did. I brought down the
Yeah.
fucking ruler. Yeah, then Helium.
He
fucking
told you to come over and step on their feet.
Yeah, I'm just smacking their fingers with bamboo sticks like an Asian piano teacher.
Nothing yet. I'm going to wait another minute here.
Nice.
But, yeah, I taught, like, defensive driving for a while. But it was like,
Did
it
you
was
do
like-
comedy defensive driving
comedy
at
defensive
CAP?
driving. Well, yeah, they were like, well, like, try to do jokes. I was like, no.
Hold on, you taught defensive driving?
Yeah.
At a comedy club
At a comedy club.
What
in
is-
Austin.
What
you
is
just play
that?
videos and you read out. He's like, and I don't think I get in trouble for it now, but like you're supposed to, because it's all like done through like DPS
Yeah.
or whatever. Like you're supposed to attend all these classes and like observe classes. It's like this whole like qualification process that like my roommate just like forged all the documents and like set it up for me.
Sure.
And then like because he taught defensive driving and like it's like some extra money on the side. He was like, "Hey, can you teach defensive driving on Monday?" And I thought he meant like come with him to defensive driving. I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll come with you." And he was like, "All right." And then it was like the night before he was leaving. I didn't know he was leaving. He's like, "Hey, we should go by tonight to the club and I can show you where everything is." I'm like, "Cool." So we go to like Cap City and it's like 11 o'clock at night. And he's like, yeah, so here's the DVD player. Here's this is a filing cabinet just filled with shit, like a milk crate with like papers and stuff. He's like, here's all the paperwork and stuff, and this is the binder with all the stuff in it. And he's like, there's a coffee maker. You put this in. Here's where the lights are. And he's like, so yeah, I usually lock the door around 8:15. You don't let anyone in after that.
Damn.
And he's like, you should be good to go. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, like, it was, like, either that night or the next morning I wake up, I'm like, so are we heading over there? He's like, oh, I'm going out of town. And I was like, wait, so that was, like,
Instructions?
those were the instructions for teaching 8 hours of a defensive driving course. Is, here's where the stuff is, and, like, this is
Damn.
the coffee maker. And he's like, yeah, you figure it out. I was like, I guess.
How'd it go?
Well, I went there, and it was like, I'm making the coffee, and then it's already, like, people are showing up. So I didn't even have time to, like, look at this
Oh,
stuff.
that's
And then there's like 20 people there, and it's like 8 o'clock, and I'm like, "Welcome to defensive driving."
Should just put on comedians in cars getting coffee.
Well,
dude.
I did. I went
This is
through.
what I'm training
I
you
played
for.
every DVD, and like half of them are just like Looney Tunes videos of like 1940s, like Donald Duck like gets into a traffic accident, and it's like, what did Donald do wrong? And I'm like. okay, what did you guys learn from that video? You know, and
Who the fuck takes? Do you get like points off your insurance or something, or like insurance
points off your insurance? But
Money off,
money off your insurance is also like
or it just doesn't go up, right?
Adjudication or whatever. If you have like, because I had to take it one time. That's I took it when Andy Ritchie was teaching it.
Oh, okay.
And like I know Andy, I'm friends with him, and I'm in the class, and Andy's like going into his stand-up bits. And I'm like, come on, man.
Rough.
I'm like, don't
turn it
do
off?
Were all the people taking the class, were they trying to be funny? Because it's like people probably go to that like because I took a defensive driving class and it was a regular one, not even at a comedy club, and there were a couple people in the class that were trying to make jokes and be the funny ones, and I'm like, can we just get through the day?
I had to take it actually. I got my license suspended. I had to take it like years prior.
Yeah.
And there was like it was an African guy teaching it. And there was a girl sitting next to me, but we were there for like 9 hours. And the African guy, he like had this verbal tick where he would start like every other sentence with "for example," even if it didn't like he'd be like, "When you are driving, for example, and you come to a forward stop, for example, you have to decide who is going to go first. For example, and and like so, I just had like a note card, and I started like tallying every time he like said it, and then I was like dividing it by how many minutes had passed, so I could like average out like how many times he said "for example" per minute. And there's this girl like just weeping next to me because she recognizes that I'm just mocking this African. But then there was like this like there was like two like there was like a middle-aged white dude that was like relatively kind of like a big guy or kind of like a hot-headed guy, but probably had like a job doing like sales for some type of computer thing that he has no idea what it is. He's just
I did that before. Go ahead.
Yeah. One of those guys. It's like, yeah, I sell shit. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what it is.
So
but
I was
sell
selling
it.
cars.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "What is it? What's the horsepower on this thing?"
I don't know.
Oh yeah, did you sell cars?
Look, I don't. Yeah, I sold cars, but it's like, yeah, look, I don't know what this. I don't know any of this computer shit.
funny.
It's gay to me, but I sell it.
I can call a guy and be like, "What are your thoughts on the cloud?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, like the like information in the air and shit.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about it? They're like, I don't know, man.
Damn, teaching a defensive driving class. You should have opened with a compilation, like a live leak compilation, like a live leak of people just getting wrecked, like sick sound, like killing
Here
in the
comes the
name of-
boom.
There was
killing
also
in the name of-
there's also this like
Here comes the boom.
there was this guy from like Portugal or something who's also like kind of like a bigger dude wearing like a leather jacket and he has this shitty hair. And at one point he said something about he's like, that's like the problem with America is like blah 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 blah. And the fucking white guy's like, don't start that shit in here. He's like, if you don't like it, you can fucking leave. If you got a problem with that, you can talk to me. And he was like, about that.
Yes,
He's
dude.
like, because I'm about to knock your ass the fuck out. And it's like, this is how you got into defense.
They just all had road rage in the class.
Yeah.
The African guy is like, he's like, yes, for example. Just not blowing right past it, not doing it.
Damn.
These guys are about to throw bows over some like dumb 9/11 bullshit. Because this guy's like, he's just heated off 9/11 stuff.
Yeah, dude.
It's like one of those, like just a faded flag on the back of his car.
Love to see
And he's
everyone
like,
when they're like,
that
"Let's
gave me
take
purpose, is being mad about 9/11. Like, I didn't do anything afterwards. I
mad
didn't
about
volunteer my
9/11.
time. I just became racist, and that's my contribution.
Never forget."
Anyways,
That's so fucking funny.
but yeah, hey, if your dick doesn't work, check out BlueChew.com. BlueChew.com sponsors this podcast, and it's probably soon to be.
Hopefully, Matt and Shane's secret podcast.
Yeah. Have you got any from Gas Digital?
No.
They're great. It's generic branded, because the thing is you think that they're only for people that need them. But the truth is literally anyone can take. It's a medicine that everyone can take, whether they need it or not. And it only,
Just in case you want a boner.
yeah, there might be side effects, but I doubt it. It's a performance enhancement for the bedroom.
I haven't experienced any side effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't, and I've got like really bad heart problems. What? Yeah, I'm like kind of in the key demo for people who shouldn't be fucking around with.
What you got heart-wise?
I was just like really high blood pressure. It was like 170 over 110 last year.
Damn.
I know. It's pretty cool.
You need to hurt some of that blood from your heart.
It's pretty cool. All the doctor had to say was like lay off the cocaine, but we'll see about that. Not only am I staying on the cocaine, I'm now on Blue Chew's chewable with the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, and they can work faster than pills, up to twice as fast. The chewables from Blue Chew can be taken on a full or empty stomach.
Nice.
You know, so you eat them before or after you eat the pussy.
Can you smash it up and snort it?
Definitely.
Well, yeah, but then they're not chewable anymore.
Okay.
So, yeah, why don't you just shut up? Don't fuck up.
Yeah,
the-
you keep yapping, he's gonna need a blue chew.
What if girls take it?
I'm gonna have to get hard to
Gets
feel
their
better.
fucking clit fat.
Probably,
It
yeah,
does.
it probably makes your pussy
Probably.
swell
Turns
up.
into like
Yeah.
anime Funtanari.
I only took like the Viagra one once, but it like made my like because it makes all your like mucous membranes like fuck up or like swell up. So like I felt like I've been like stung by bees. My
What?
nose was all
then you
swollen.
fuck-
So you can fuck, but you look fucking dumb while you're doing it?
Yeah, I couldn't, I
Hell
couldn't
yeah.
breathe through my nose. I was like, you know, which is
So you
is
have to
good.
mouth
That's
breathe.
hold on, but that's a good thing. Blue Chew says that's how you know it's working. They have an online physician, and the consultation is free, so it's cheaper than paying to go to the doctor.
Perfect.
And it only takes a few minutes to connect with a Blue Chew affiliated physician. Which I imagine is like Dr. Nick from The Simpsons. Everybody can take these pills. And if you qualify, you get prescribed online quickly. No in-person doctor visit, no awkward conversation, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. They ship directly to your door in discreet packaging. So, you know, I mean, it doesn't really. It says custom medical group. So, I don't know who's going through your mail, but they're like, oh, yeah, this is probably just custom medicine and not something weird. Yeah, ships from a company called Definitely Books Incorporated. Definitely just magazines. The chewables from Blue Chew are prescribed online by a doctor and made in the USA. They're not, you know, it's not Chinese.
Better not.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Better not be, dude.
It's
Last thing you need.
union, real blue collar union guys
Yep.
making this stuff. You know,
Dudes in leather jackets pressing the
Dudes
pills.
who get it.
right? Bruce Springsteen and Billy Joel themselves have written several songs about the dick pill factory workers. Gives you confidence in bed every time. You and your partner will love it. Chew and do it. So here's a great deal for you guys. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first order free when you use promo code Cumtown. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BLUE Chew.com. Promo code Cumtown. CUMTOWN. Boom. That's a read, fellas.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, let's see Lewis do something like that. He has to stop and do it at
Oh
the
man.
end.
No, he does it all in the beginning, but it's an advertisement for himself.
Yeah. I always like to
For 10
imagine
minutes.
when I'm watching Lewis do the reads that they're just like pictures on the piece of paper. But it's just like a house and a dog. He's like, house dog beer.
Pictograms.
Yeah. Brought to you by, what's this? Oh, it's me, Lewis.
That's hilarious.
So wait,
Yeah.
you take Blue Chew?
I have, yeah.
Have you taken it?
Usually when I'm drunk.
I'm scared for the heart stuff. I feel like I'll have like a erect heart attack and I'll be found. Just,
But
like,
I thought you got black pilled. Aren't you just ready to
Yeah, but
die?
your dick
No,
gets,
I'm not.
Your
I'm-
dick
I'm
gets
a-
hard when you
Oh,
die
okay.
anyways.
Yeah, I'm not a nihilist at all.
Oh,
no, dude.
oh, okay.
I'm an eternal optimist.
Even if you
It's
watch
not-
Black Mirror for more than a few episodes in a row?
I liked the last season.
Oh, I haven't
I
seen it yet.
love that first episode. They
Yeah,
came
me and
out
Matt were
fucking
just-
strong.
With the
dude.
new season?
Did you see the first episode? Did
No,
you
is
see
it the one you were telling
Yeah,
us?
I was just telling him
Oh
about it.
god, that's so
Can't
fucking
stop talking
funny.
about it, man.
Can't
That
stop
thing's in
thinking
my
about it.
brain.
God, are
I'm
you
thinking
guys
about
all
fucking
gay
years.
or all men that I know gay?
Yes, definitely.
If me and Matt could,
Well, the creative ones that are funny.
Exactly.
Like,
That's-
nice to hang out with.
Yeah, if a guy makes you laugh, he'll
Shit.
fuck your dad, dude, for sure.
Uh,
Yeah, and if a guy's funny, he's definitely gay.
really?
For sure, dude. And then time turns men gay.
Yeah, no,
Over
that's
time,
true.
Time turns men, and, just
No,
like
yeah,
women.
time and women turn men gay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hemingway.
yeah, time with women.
Yeah, the famous Hemingway quote. Time and women turn
yeah.
men gay. The sun
shot
also.
himself.
Wait, really?
Once
Yeah.
he turned gay, he killed himself. That's why he did it.
Yeah.
He was looking outside. He saw a hot guy. He was like, "Fuck this!"
He's in the middle of the ocean. He's like, good. There's no guys out here.
Just
I don't
swordfish.
have to worry about it.
It's
Just swordfish and hot Cubans. God damn it! There's
Yeah.
hot Cubans.
The Coast Guard's like, are you okay, sir? And he's like,
get
fuck
out of here."
sailors.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
With-
know that. Know that. Any guy who's like funny and is not like coming home being looked like a picture of like a Ferrari on his laptop, and be like, one day it'll be mine. Ugh. They're gay.
Well, I don't know. Ferraris are pretty cool.
Do you have a laptop wallpaper?
No, I have it's both of my.
Nailed it. You nailed it.
It's the moon.
Oh, it's the moon. Yeah,
Yeah.
classic pic, dude.
Moon,
Totally
sick.
gay. You love the cosmos.
You love the cosmos. You are
It's
definitely
like the
gay.
cosmos. The moon is like.
You
right
just want to
there.
get to the moon with all the other dudes, because that's who's going to the moon is other dudes.
Yeah,
That's
that is
why we're
true.
trying to get to Mars.
I do like it.
Women
that
can't
it's-
make that trip.
The moon is still the only place that's
They
just for
tried
white
once.
people.
Your period would explode on the
Oh
moon.
my god, yeah.
All synced up by the moon. You
You look like Mars up there.
Yeah, it'd be like when Matrix, when Neo goes to that room and meets the architect. There's just some old bitch that's like, you've been fucked up on purpose. That's the source for them.
Oh, definitely on the moon. I've been dropping little breadcrumbs this whole episode. We're finally here.
About what, being gay or wanting to go to the
Yeah,
moon?
we're all gay, and there's a lady controlling periods on the moon.
Yeah, you guys just try to escape us. Women don't even want to be around each other. That's why lesbians are like, we're in this together, right? That's why they're so commitment based. They're like, you're doing this too, right? We're in this together.
Dude, I had a lesbian try to
If you
flex
do it,
on me
I'll
this
do
morning
it. Yeah.
At the gym, she tried to come up and
You
bully
a
me.
fucking stud get you?
Try to bully, not a stud.
Not a stud.
This is more of like had been to a bunch of Lilith fairs, and now I was like looking into like getting a kid. She was pretty jacked. We were same height. If you did the specs on us, we had like the same reach, same height. She came up and was like, "You done with the whatever the bar like the where you do like a squat rack thing?" And I wasn't using it, but I was instructed to stand in front of it so I didn't fall into the mirror by the dude who walks around and like tells all the rules.
Well, what were you doing?
I was doing like clean jerk stuff. So I was doing like, movements where I was throwing the weight up over my head. I was being a fucking animal in there at 7 in the morning. And the guy
Are
told
you
me
throwing the weight down from overhead? Do they have a platform?
I wasn't lunking. No, it's just soft floor. So I have to do it on the floor. It's not a platform, but every now and again I'll indulge in a fucking weight slam for sure.
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah,
Slam
Yeah,
and
yeah.
step back.
I'll drop them down to. I don't pig out like from top. I'll like drop it, control, then let go. So I'm in there. Throw my shoes off, dude. I'm in there doing all that stuff.
Your shoes off.
Always, dude. When I do compound movements, so
You're gonna
I'm like
shatter your foot.
possibly.
get
I was
ready
like,
for
no,
that.
yeah, I probably will. So this lady came up. She's like, "Are you using the squat rack?" And I was like, "Well, no." But and I started to explain to her like I'm doing compound movements, so I was instructed to stand in front of this thing. She was like, "Yeah, but are you using it?" It was like, dude, you can't have this right now. Like, dude,
Well,
like,
but she's not wrong. There's really no reason to be in the
no,
squat rack.
because I had to, because it's a small gym and everything else was being used. And I'm like, if I move here, I'm not going to have room to do what I'm doing. And she was
Right.
like, and that's what I was saying. I'm like, I hear what you're saying.
That's
but
why you
like,
tell her, like, go find me another spot, come back, and I'll
yeah, I was
fucking
like,
give
I
you
was like, I
this.
literally can't move from the spot I'm in. And if the spot that I could go to, I'm not allowed to be there. And the
I
guy
don't know.
who told me
Frankly,
that-
I would be annoyed if, like, I'm trying to use the rack and you're just standing 2 feet in front of it doing cleans.
I totally get it. But I had no other, my thing was.
Because you
I
were
had
still
no
using
there's
a different
nowhere-
kind of equipment, just
Yeah,
not the.
but I had the barbell, but I couldn't go anywhere else. So I would have had to stop what I was doing, so then she could use the squat rack. And I'm like, you just have to wait 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
it was a sticky situation. And then I went up afterwards. I'm like, hey, that thing's open. She kept it back to me and was like, good. Fuck you. I
Damn.
was teed up, dude.
Damn.
That's nice.
But yeah, it was. I was in a weird situation, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing and she came up and be like, using that, and I was like, yeah, I'll be like 10 more minutes. But you're not using the squat rack. It's like, lady, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
I
Either
don't know.
provide
I
me
think-
with
I
the
think she's-
solution
I think
or
she's in the
go.
right.
No
I'll
way,
have to.
dude.
Well, I'll look up the gym and look at the floor plan.
Well, we'll do the floor plan. Anytime Fitness, dude.
Oh, Anytime Fitness. So it was
I'll take
packed.
you guys on a tour, dude, and be like, dude, here I was over here throwing it over my head. But yeah, man, it was a tough call on my part, but I stood my ground on her.
Yeah, just stand your ground. Even if
Had
it
to.
is, it's Pride Month though, so she's been getting a lot of fucking yeses. She
True,
was probably
dude.
not ready.
But
for
you're
that
funny,
now.
so you're gay. So you
True, I'm
also,
gay,
it's
too.
Pride Month for him, too.
Yeah, exactly. I should be like, look, I'm gay. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah. Do
Everybody's got
lesbians and gay
months
guys
now,
get along?
right? No, not at all.
Okay.
Dude.
Lesbians and gay guys, do they get along?
I don't
No,
know.
they're opposites.
I would say
Right?
mortal enemies.
Yeah.
They-
Interesting.
I've never seen them. hang
Yeah,
out.
they're further apart than straight men and straight women.
Yeah. Huh. Wow.
Yeah, because they can just like have no reason to deal with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, one they both wish they were each other, and then they're both flamboyant. Well, gay dudes are flamboyant, and lesbians are fucking like, just knock it off. The game's on.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
My favorite type of lesbian, I've said it before, but are like the ones that just like sit on like an overpass and smoke cigarettes.
That sounds nice.
Like Charlize Theron from
Yeah,
Monster.
they're like, we got to get out of here. Let's get out of this town. Sharon, one of these days we're gonna get out of this. They're like 6-month plan lesbians. They're like, we're gonna save up money and we're gonna fucking get out of here.
I wonder what happens to them. Do they ever get out of town?
Fuck your dad, Sharon. Fuck
Lesbians
him.
don't get out of town.
I don't think they do.
They
Yeah,
stay
they do.
where-
They go like have little workshops out in the suburbs and stuff.
Do
No,
they
I
ever
meant
get
move.
out of town?
No.
Do they ever get Sharon to like out of the roadside
No.
motel?
Oh.
It never happens. Their dad beats Sharon to death. Dad beats Sharon to death, and the other lesbian has to kill herself.
That's probably what happened to this lady after I hogged
Old
up the spot.
lesbians.
Yeah.
Old lesbians get out.
She's like,
Yeah.
She's
If they like divorce their
she's
husband,
like, Sharon,
then they
wait
move
here in the
to
hotel.
like New England.
I got to go to the gym real quick. I'll be back in 25 minutes, and we'll get out of here. She's at the gym waiting for the squat rack, and then she gets back to the motel 2 hours late, and the father's already broken in and killed Sharon.
Dude, if I knew
He's
she
beating Sharon to death. He's drunk. He's like, "What are you, the dyke girlfriend?" She's just remembering you doing cleans in the middle of the fucking gym, using all the equipment at once. She's like, "Fuck that gay guy.
if I knew she had
Fuck that hilarious gay guy."
if I knew she was about to get out of here, I'd be like, oh, by all means, please.
Yeah. She had the car loaded up, dude.
She did have that
All
look
the
in her.
stuffed
She had that
animals,
look in her eyes.
They only pack
So I was
stuffed
like,
animals.
what's the rush? And she's like, you wouldn't understand. I'm like, "Go with the fucking other
My kayak is tied to the top of my Subaru right now. I'm about to go out of town on this trip.
Subaru's running in the parking lot. The shit's on.
Yeah, dude, lesbians don't have cell phones. So they have to like see each other.
That's a
like,
big cause of death in the lesbian community. The
Rafting?
lesser dyke usually gets left in the car. It gets too hot while the other one's handling their power cleans.
It's definitely the one power. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The
No, for
butch.
sure. Yeah.
The butch is in there doing cleans.
Needs to be.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird how that happens.
What?
How one just like,
Becomes the butch.
one
One's
thinks,
like a
yeah,
lady
one,
bottom.
One of them turns
and
into Brendan Sagalow.
in every lesbian couple, there's one of them who thinks they can boss me off the squat rack, and it's like, nah, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. I used to go right at I thought it was a lesbian coffee shop, but I went there recently, and I guess it's a regular coffee shop. At the time, there was a lot more lesbians. I don't know, but Bennu and
They got out
Austin.
of town.
Yeah.
Probably skate- they're probably
One of the dads,
they're
one of the
all-
dads broke into the coffee shop. Like 10
Smoking
dads
Marlboro
broke in at
Reds.
once.
Yeah. Where's that dyke girlfriend?
do you think that's what the what was that bar? The bar raid?
Stonewall?
Was that what the Stonewall was
it
all about?
just
All the dads
A bunch
caved
of
in on it?
dads broke in and were like, what the fuck?
Knock it off.
What are you doing, Bob?
Those are mother's pants.
Your mother's been looking for those slacks.
Damn, I want to rewatch Boys Don't Cry now.
I've
I don't
never
think I
seen
ever
it.
saw
Is
it.
that with
Yeah,
Drew
great.
Barrymore?
It's a great movie. No, it's Hilary Swank.
Oh, I don't know it.
What's that about?
It's about like a trans woman that moves to some small town and she starts dating like
Bad move.
yeah.
Don't move to a small town.
It's like a small town starts dating
Right.
like Chloe Savini, I think, or which I'd say her name wrong. Adam corrected me on that and I was pissed off. Because I always thought it was Chloe Savini. I guess it's like
Severnay, maybe?
yeah, Severnay. It's like
Yeah.
All right, Adam.
I'm guessing. I only know A-listers, dude. I can't
Yeah.
put a face there. Of
Hell
course.
yeah.
Will Smith? No.
John Cena.
Oh, it's Will Smith.
So, yeah, she moves to a small town, finds love.
Yeah, starts dating like either Chloe Savini or something, and she's got these two brothers. But she's like wearing a fake dick the whole time and has like a short haircut. So it's kind of like that movie Just One of the Guys, but it's much funnier. Because the brothers find out at the end that it's they're like, "What? You're a girl?" And then they like rape her and beat her up.
Oh,
That's
whoa.
the ending?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Was
If
she
I
wearing
found
a
out
fake-
you were a girl, I would fucking immediately beat you and rape you.
Yeah, dude, if I tricked you with a fake dick. Did they show the fake dick in the movie?
They do.
So just constantly wearing the fake dick the whole time, like just
Well,
like
there's this- I just remember a scene where she's like hooking up, or he or she, I don't know what the proper, they're hooking up.
so it's
or
like Billy
whatever,
Bob Thornton.
and then she like sneaks in the fake dick while they're fucking.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, she sneaks. That's really fucking
It's
impressive
rape,
if you
yeah.
can sneak a fucking.
It's also sexual assault.
Is it one of those ones
Oh,
that,
well,
like,
sure,
squirts?
but that's impressive stuff.
Is it one of those ones that, like,
for like drug
Porn was
tests?
just so much
No, not a
cum.
Wizinator, the one from pornos that just like
Yeah.
squirt out like a gallon.
I want to
of
get.
milk.
I'm going to get one of those ones for drug tests, but it's fully erect.
just sitting out of your pants.
Yeah, it's like what? I like being observed. I don't know what to tell you. I like being scrutinized by the system. I like authoritarian oversight.
Are you allowed to start jerking off?
Having a fake dildo that comes too much. Like, what? It's real.
Because you have to hold those things the whole time. She would have to like double hand hold that the whole time.
Yeah.
How big is it?
Damn.
What the
Fake dick in the movie.
I saw this movie like 15 years
Definitely
ago. So
don't show
I'm
it while
sorry,
she's fucking.
I can't remember. Yeah,
They don't show her like holding it.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, the only detail I remember is her being raped.
At the end, that was
Yeah,
amazing.
kind of. Yeah.
Jesus.
Kind of reminds me of Midnight Cowboy, like the opposite.
Yeah.
He moves to the big city and kind of similar things.
What
happen.
is? You've seen Just One of the Guys, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's an '80s comedy.
Is that a girl who tries to be a
It's a
dude?
girl that like pretends to be a dude to like because like the guys have it better or whatever.
What happens to her?
She shows her tits at the end and they're primo.
Does everybody accept her?
She finds out that that's a lot better
I
than
don't
being
remember.
a guy. All you have to do is show your tits.
When I think of Just One of the Guys, the only thing I remember is the rape scene from Boys Don't Cry.
Jesus Christ.
That's the only thing that pops into mind, so I don't really remember anything.
Does it just like fade to black after that? She just like
Oh, yeah.
that's it?
I don't. I think something happened. I mean, I know it's not a happy ending.
No.
Wow.
Because it's a surprise twist. Because the movie's called the movie's
Okay.
called Boys Don't Cry, but
And then she cries
at the end.
So it's like, obviously.
you know, it's
you're not
like
a boy. You cried.
Imagine
after
being
we-
in the theater, you're watching that movie, you're like, "Go! I should have seen that coming." Did you see, Mister? Do you think that was going to happen? No, I'm just saying because of the title. No, I scream at every movie. It's all right. I have autism.
Damn, that's a wild movie. I never saw that. Mm-hmm. I didn't know there were so many female to male trans movies in the 80s.
Joanna Man.
Female
came
to
out.
man? Yeah. What other ones are there? Was it, like, what else?
No,
Just one of the
Joanna-
guys, just the
Joanna
two that we
Joanna Man
mentioned?
was later.
I don't know Joanna Man.
Joanna Man was the opposite.
Joanna Man was a dude that was in the NBA, and then he got kicked out. So then he put on a wig and
No, he
fucking
trans.
dominated.
Remember the Six Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I cried. I cried.
You cried in the
But he has a heart attack from dunking too hard.
Yeah. I got teary. I remember we were watching Happy Gilmore, and I got teary-eyed at Chump's funeral. I was like, I'm fucked up, dude. Something's wrong.
Yeah, no, when you're a kid, you like don't understand emotion. So like, you could watch Schindler's List and be like, I don't get it. It's like, yeah.
Chumps falls out the window. You're like,
Oh no!
He's never going to win.
So now the progressive things that people are trying to do, like get like trans women into these sports and stuff, was just movies from the 80s as a joke.
Pretty much, yeah.
So that's fun.
I'm all about it. I'm all about
I just went to the plot for Boys Don't Cry on Wikipedia and scrolled to the last paragraph. Later, John and Tom get drunk and decide to kill Brandon. Lana attempts to stop them, but the pair drive to Candace's remote house where they find Brandon, who has been hiding in a nearby shed. John shoots Brandon under the chin, killing him instantly. Tom shoots Candace in the head as Lana fights with them, begging them to stop. Tom stabs Brandon's lifeless body and tries to shoot Lana, but John stops him. John and Tom flee the scene while a crying Lana lies with Brandon's body. The next morning, Lana wakes next to Brandon's corpse. Her mother arrives and takes her away from the scene. As Lana leaves Falls City, a letter Brandon wrote to her is heard in voiceover. So I guess they murder the trans person.
Wait.
Yeah, Tom and John drag Brandon into John's car and drive to an isolated location where they brutally beat and gang rape him. Afterwards, they take Brandon to Tom's house. Though injured, Brandon escapes through a bathroom. Yeah, so they rape him, and then she escapes, or he escapes, and then the brothers find them and go to kill him, and then the girlfriend is like just crying.
So
It's based on a true story.
Whoa. So they rape, and then they're like, wait a second. There was okay. So it was a woman. So they find out it's like you're not a dude, you're a woman, and they rape that woman, and then they double back and then went back and killed them.
Yeah, no. So it's the Hilary Swank plays a FTM trans person.
Yeah.
Named Brandon.
Yeah.
And then they start dating Chloe Savini, who plays a normal good woman.
a good woman.
Good girl.
A normal person.
An OG woman.
Yeah. Anyways,
Just a regular human.
and then the brothers of the Chloe Savini find out that they're not, a guy,
And they're ticked.
and they're
They're
pretty
livid.
they're
And
pretty
they take it out on her.
teed off.
Give her the business.
Damn, dude. It's biblical.
Yeah.
They're like, we're so mad, in fact, that we're going to rape you.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got to kill you now, too. Damn.
Yeah, it's based on a true story. I think it's the real person was anyone who lives in Iran every day of their life.
Why do you think that gets people so fired up?
I think that,
Getting tricked like that?
Yeah, why?
Like, no, I'm good.
That literally inspires like murderous rage.
You getting tricked?
Yeah.
Maybe it's also because they wanted to fuck their sister, and they're mad that like a chick gets to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
True. Or they're like, why do we think of that? That disguise is genius.
Yeah, if you kill them, you get their power. That's the thing about trans people. People don't understand.
like a Highlander.
Yeah, if you get them, you get their powers.
Dude, that's
What power is
oh,
that?
here's why. Because the brothers
power
are
of deception, dude.
the brothers are ex-convicts.
Masters of disguise.
Oh wait, they're not brothers. They're just friends. But it's
Brothers now.
Yeah, they're ex-convicts, so they were probably getting some of that sweet boy in prison.
Oh yeah.
And then
Well, they
get
saw
out
those
and
tits,
they're
and they were like, that whole time they were there, and we didn't even know, and then they
So
were
they had,
upset.
like, they're just chilling with their butterfly knives and like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
That's the thing they've been waiting for years. is a man with a pussy. 'Cause they've been in prison getting
Yeah.
The answer,
Their
the
shit
solution,
pushed
a man
in.
with a pussy?
Yeah.
It just weirds me out that inspires murder. It's like if I got tricked, I'd be like,
yeah.
People don't
Got
like
me.
being wrong about sports.
That's true. That's true.
They don't like
I
being
guess they
wrong
don't
about
have their
anything, the
sexual
smallest thing.
Yeah, 'cause they don't have
And
the
then
sexual
it's-
identity challenge.
Yeah, because oh yeah.
I thought we still. I always heard that story of dudes being like, yeah, like my cousin like was a stripper. Turned out she had a dick. He never
Lose
came
their
out.
minds.
He left. He didn't come outside for a year. It's like, dude, that would take me like 7 minutes. I'd be like, whoa, didn't see that one.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
you've
Later.
come close to that.
It would just make me
wandered
feel
into the
worse
belly
about
of the beast,
investing.
yeah. Huh?
It would just make me feel worse about investing, which I already feel pretty bad about.
Investing?
Yeah, I've lost so much money. It's like,
Oh, this is gonna be
fuck,
good.
another
You've been
thing.
thinking about getting into some cryptocurrency, right?
You can. I just have terrible luck.
Oh, with crypto.
Yeah, just don't day trade is my suggestion.
What's that have to do with getting tricked?
Well, nothing getting tricked.
Oh,
I'm
you'd
just,
be
I'm
like,
just bad
Oh,
at day trading.
Once you find out cryptocurrency is a total fake, you're just like, God damn it, somebody
I
tricked
thought
me.
crypto had a dick.
How much?
No,
did
you know
lost
it's
last?
you know it's fake, but like I
Might
mean,
bounce
there's still
back.
money. There's I mean, it already has. But
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, I mean, if you invested in December, you'd be up like fucking 200% right now.
Yeah.
But the
I'm just focused on regular currency right now.
yeah Forex.
You know?
You're
Yeah.
into- yeah.
Big time.
Currency. I wanted to do like I remember I read about
I'm on
forex.
change.
I'm like constantly dealing in. I got all kinds of foreign.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Let me see these.
yeah. There you go.
I wanted to get into forex when I was younger. I was like, that sounds so fucking cool. Then like you have to like trade it in units.
Also,
like,
this I have a federal ID.
$10,000
Isn't that
and less,
cool?
And I was like, all right,
That's awesome,
I'm out.
bro.
Yeah.
You got a cool.
Do you
got
actually
a cool
do
wallet.
Forex?
Yeah, I
Hell
tell
no,
people
dude, I
I
looked
work
it up.
for
And you need like
DHS.
hundreds of thousands of dollars to even
Just
like
making
make
it.
a dent in it. I'm like,
Yeah, I do this to pretend to be a federal agent.
man, that's awesome. What kind of bills are they?
I don't know. This is from Australia, so I guess this is some bitch there. And is there Woodrow Wilson?
Are you sure that's a woman or is it a man?
We don't even know.
Everybody, what if England found out that their queen is actually a dude? How pissed would they be?
Well, they're finding out the queen is black right now.
Not handling
Not
it well.
handling that pretty well. Yeah, you're right.
Are they not handling it well? I don't keep up with that
They're
stuff.
They're not stoked on it.
I don't
Right.
think they care.
That dude from the BBC's fucking
He dropped
tweet
that.
was
Yeah.
so fucking.
What did he say?
He tweeted a picture of the
Oh yeah.
Prince
they
and
welcome their
princess,
son,
like,
and it's
leaving.
like somebody walking a chimp out of Buckingham.
Oh shit!
chimp, and he was like, I didn't mean it like that.
Damn,
It's
he
like,
didn't mean it like that.
He tried to cover it up.
He was like, I see how it could be construed in that manner.
You know what's funny is like I got
Now that
banned-
you say,
I got
I
banned.
see
From,
it.
I got like suspended from Twitter for doing that same exact thing, but like as a joke, like being like, I don't know what's wrong with it,
yeah.
and they kicked me off Twitter for like fucking a year.
damn.
Yeah,
For a chimp baby picture.
no, not a chimp baby picture. It's like there was a story about like a chimpanzee who was a leader of some gang of chimpanzees that had been cannibalized. The headline was "Former chimpanzee leader cannibalized by previous followers" or whatever, or former followers. And I wrote like "R.I.P. Obama," and then a bunch of people got mad. And I was like, "Can someone explain to me why this is racist?"
People were ready for it.
Like,
Dude.
maybe like the angle of like he used to be the leader, and now like, people are turning on him. I don't understand. It's like that's the joke is that like I don't understand why.
Yeah, because
obviously I
then
understand
you have to
why-
force other people to be like, well, it's because they
Yeah.
look like chimps, dude.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotta force
See, and then
everyone else.
and then you get to point the finger at them. No, see, you said they look
think
like
of that.
chimps.
That was a
Yeah.
Valerie Jarrett thing. Where
What?
everyone was like, when she did the Valerie Jarrett, when Roseanne did that thing, when she put up the picture of Valerie Jarrett. and
Oh
everyone's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Muslim Brotherhood meets Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, she was like, well, I'm just talking about the Muslim Brotherhood and the way they, like, the politics of it. And everyone was like, no, you're talking about black people look like monkeys. And
Yeah.
she was like, well, you said that, not me. Yeah, that is funny, dude, to put that up. How long? You got banned for a year?
Well, they did this thing where like they suspend you and they make you like they're like And you like this right on the chalkboard bullshit where they make you like go through and delete all your problematic tweets, and it was like I'm not doing
You should have Roseanne'd out. You should be like, I took a fucking blue
Yeah,
chew,
dude.
dude. I had no control.
I was hard as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I just like don't. I'd like to apologize. I donate a bunch of money to a chimp research organization. Like I've spent
called
time.
the NAACP.
I just get it wrong. I get it wrong, and I'm apologizing to people who work with chimpanzees.
That was the
Thinking
afflicted,
that's
like, they were like, you got to apologize to chimpanzee.
Nah, this was in January.
That's a rough one.
Like
My bad.
right, yeah, no, that was bad.
That was a bad one.
It doesn't make any sense either. It's just like I donate to an organization full of chimpanzees, and you're like, what, bunch of black people? Like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess.
Dude, I'm blue chewed out. Chill.
Yeah, all right.
Deep fake.
Yeah, that was a deep fake.
Yeah, no, it was like right after the election, so it's like people are.
When they let you back
Heated.
on, did they send you an email just like, psst,
No, eventually I just went in and like some of the tweets had been deleted by themselves, anyways.
and it's all.
Oh.
Yeah, they just ended up deleting them.
Did they at least give you a picture of them to take home with you to put on your
No,
wall?
but plenty of people screen capped them.
That's good.
When people like think they're doing communism and they want to be like, well, what the hell is this from 5 years ago?
Right.
I'm going to keep pointing out this and sending it to journalists who happen to follow this person to prove that the only way to stop Donald Trump is by getting mad at who people follow.
Damn, dude, trying to take you down.
They can't.
Fuck no, dude.
Uh-uh.
No fucking way. We were just talking about hiring honeypots.
Yeah.
We're gonna start infiltrating
Like 14-year-old girls.
What are
who flirt with
honeypots?
people.
Yeah, we'll probably go a little
We're going
higher.
over.
We'll go
Going
maybe
over.
18, maybe 17 and a half. and just
Honeypot's like something like the police use. Like it'd be a car that's like designed to be broken into or
wait.
stolen.
Yeah, you get like so we're gonna infiltrate
Oh.
the field, like the comedy scene with just like you just hire prostitutes.
Oh.
And have them like find all of our enemy comedians, just like deepest, darkest secrets from them.
Oh.
Gather dirt and then destroy them with it, like the CIA does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Think about it. We're gonna start.
That'd be
We're gonna have to
fun.
start with some pretty rough fucking honeypots with our budget. We'll be doing
Yeah.
like K&A Streetwalkers. Pretty tough.
Just sounded
You'd be surprised. In this economy, you could probably get a pretty good deal.
I love that.
What?
I love that. I love that plan.
right?
Honeypots? Yeah,
Send them to open mics.
Just being an information broker.
Yeah.
Just somebody
Aren't we
that
all?
That deals in dark secrets. You know, just sitting in a cafe somewhere. What do I know about him? I know very much.
What do you want to
It would
know?
be black turtlenex and scarves from here on out. Dude.
Couple
We started that
dossiers.
plan.
The question is
meeting
what
on
you
park
can do
benches.
for me, my friend.
Yeah, that'd be so fun. They would spill their guts instantly.
Yeah.
Get them to like tweet shit on their phone for them. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like most comedians don't even have secrets. They just sort of broadcast everything.
Right.
Yeah. Like, well, I'm 6 months into comedy. Time to do my web series about how I was raped repeatedly from age 13 to 15.
Time to brag about my 5 abortions.
Yeah, right.
it's a good point.
Yeah.
Still gonna do it.
Well, I wonder what Target's going to do with all the gay stuff once the month ends. They just have all this gay shit in the store now, and it's like, you just stocked up on that?
It'd be like old Super Bowl
Well,
shirts.
it'd be like old Halloween
They're gonna
candy.
send it to
Yeah.
Africa.
I'm going to get discount
That
gay
happens.
stuff from...
Yeah, like old Super Bowl shirts.
Yeah, man. There was a.
Well, hold on. Let me tell you right now, Africa does not want that
It's
stuff.
not gonna go well.
That's gonna
Put it on
start
someone's
another war over there.
Put a
Right.
tire
I was
on
reading
your
a book
You
neck.
have your
about that.
arm removed with a machete. With it.
I was reading a book about people in like Eastern Europe with like wearing like Pride Week shirts and having like no idea what it
Yeah.
was.
What's I love with identity stuff is like there was like some headline that people were like sharing. They're like, "This is great." It's like Botswana strikes down bill to like throw people in prison for being gay. They're like, "Fuck yeah!" And it's like they're still like a million years behind.
Yeah.
They'd actually be more safe in prison than
Yeah.
outside of prison. That would actually help. Then they get to be together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you that Mexican dude I saw wearing that. Just saw a Mexican dude. He was working on this lawn in college, and he was wearing a shirt that just said, "I came, I saw, I partied."
Yeah.
Pretty sick. Like, he had no idea what these shirts
He's
said.
wearing his, like pride stuff. Yeah, I do the flowers. When we go out landscaping, I love to do the flowers and the tulips.
Copping a beer shirt was like the coolest shit you could have. When I was like 14, if I got like a Michelob shirt, I was like, yes.
Totally.
Dude, that was the best gear.
Getting
a
in
beer
trouble at
that-
school.
The beer that only exists to be stolen out of your garage by teenagers. No adult is actually drinking Michelob.
Get a wine cooler T-shirt.
Dude, that is too funny. Definitely honey pot, dude. Michelob Ultra.
Yeah,
Someone was
yeah,
bragging
yeah.
to me the other night, like, I drank like 5 Michelob Ultras the other day, and I wasn't even drunk. I'm like, because you didn't drink beer.
I think the first.
You drank 5 waters. What else you guys got kicking around?
Saw a bank the other day that was 5/3 bank, and I was thinking it's probably run by Asians, and it's just an insult towards black people. They're just
Damn.
right.
That's
They're-
worse than mine.
Oh, is
get
it?
it.
No, it's not. Because
don't get
Asians,
it, so
Asians are very
obviously
racist towards black people. So they're like rubbing it in their face because Asians are
people.
supposedly smarter than white people, right? So they're saying that they're 5/3. So I'm
You've been reading the
saying,
literature, Abby.
have I?
Yeah, she's all
One
in.
drop.
Dude.
Old Charles Murray.
I don't know. It was quiet and it was a thought I remembered. I'm just trying to help.
He's like,
Quiet,
recently,
so you're like, here's some racist shit I've
I
been
got
thinking.
a phrenology
But
kid.
the Asians are the racist ones in there.
Yeah, I hear you.
You've been reading
You
the
know?
bell curve. Chapter 13.
I wrote the
We're-
bell
we're
curve,
being
bitch.
stopped, but I was like behind some black person. I think I had like a ruler or whatever, and I was just pretending to like casually measure their head. I'm trying to remember where. that is just such a just like
That's
a fun,
awful. That's
a
so
fun-
bad.
A fun move. No, I'm just interested. I don't know.
Am I getting dimensions?
You gave him shit for NAACP.
Yeah, where that was. Japan. Fuck, I can't. Yeah,
What were you measuring?
but just like the joke is that you're like just sort of casually, sneakily trying to like measure a black person's head like in public. Like on the
God.
train, just like holding up, like, no, what? I'm just checking. I like to measure things. I don't know.
You say your phrenology?
yeah. No,
That
it's
was
a-
top science back in the day, dude.
Yeah,
They'd be like, well, we study the skulls, we're better.
yeah.
That was like top science.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, it was like if you were talking about evolution.
Well,
right
that
now.
settles it.
Yeah.
They're like, duh.
People still using that.
It was Charles Darwin's cousin, Sir Francis.
You know,
Galton.
Charles Darwin had a retarded son.
No.
Yeah, he did. How funny is that?
Stop,
Yeah,
dude.
he did. Yeah, for real.
That's why he was like,
His
survival
son-
of the fittest.
yeah.
We're supposed
How
to
come we-
let some of them die.
How come we never heard about? Why isn't he in the history books?
His son.
Yeah.
because his dad wrote the history book.
He cut him out.
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
probably.
Francis
Damn.
Galton was like his cousin, and he like took Darwin's idea and was just like, I can apply this to social theory. And he was like, white people are the best.
Whoa.
Cousin proved it. We have different size heads. Bam.
Damn.
Everyone else sucks.
'Cause it wa-
Meanwhile, but that's damn. So his retard. Because Charles Darwin is real big during the eugenics age.
Darwin
He was hiding that retarded boy, dude, because that dude was
Yeah.
on the chopping block.
He was probably stoked when he went to that island and saw those goofy fucking animals. He's like, I should let my son out here.
That's a
Down
retarded
here with
paradise.
these
Galapagos.
Galapagos is a
That's retarded
retarded.
paradise, dude.
His son's not retarded. He's just evolved to not care about the things that we have to. That's actually, honestly, we're evolving the wrong way. We should all go back to a simpler being. You get black
Now
pilled.
you sound like a Rothschild, dude,
Yeah.
trying to social engineer us all.
Oh yeah, into being.
Darwin had 10 kids. One of them died at age 10. The other one died at 23 days.
Damn.
One of them was sick but lived at 84.
Sick but
one
lives
of the-
to 84.
Yeah, one of them became knighted.
Nice.
Hopefully it was the retarded kid.
Yeah,
It's just a foam sword.
Sir Cookies OBE. Well, Leonard Darwin.
That's how you got knighted. Damn, he ran the gamut, dude. A knight.
You have a knight?
Damn.
A sick
Here
84
we
year
go.
old?
Yeah, Emma Darwin gave birth to their 10th and last child, Charles Waring, who's not even, his last name isn't even Darwin.
Scrambled the words.
Yeah, well, no, it's him trying to say Darwin. Charles Waring. On 6 December 1856, when she was 48 years old, the baby had Down syndrome and died of scarlet fever after 18 months.
Oh, so he's
He never learned how to walk or speak. Charles wrote a loving memorial to his infant son. So,
That's pretty tragic.
yeah, well, take that, Charles Darwin.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you bitch.
He wrote like a big list on like the pros and cons of being married.
Really?
Yeah, it was like
How many? What was the percentage of pros to
3
cons?
I forget, but he ended up marrying, but he like definitely was like, I don't know if I want to do this, and wrote out like a list of like pros, cons, and then he forgot like the possibility of a. He's like, he probably got that. I was like, oh, forgot what the fuck I got.
I don't know. I watched that testimony of that Down syndrome guy, like to Congress about like aborting Down syndrome children or screening for Down syndrome children or whatever.
Yeah.
And he does. It's funny. It's like how you know, like, I mean, most people are, like, pretty stuck in their ways or whatever, and you're not going to be, like, swayed by any kind of argumentation, no matter how, you know, persuasive it is. But that video, that retarded guy did literally made me go, like, huh, I guess I didn't think of it that way.
What was the issue? They're saying
He's
they're
like,
gonna
look at me,
Oh, they're
don't
going to
fucking
stop
kill
having
me.
Yeah,
retarded.
he's like, I don't
Yeah.
want to die. No, I mean, that's all bullshit. It's
Were you
like,
talking about Bill Maher the other night?
but no, he's like talking to Congress, and he's like saying, he's like, Down syndrome is like study to show that Down syndrome like experience more joy and happiness than regular people, and families with children with Down syndrome do experience a higher quality of life. And it's like, oh yeah, that is true. They are happier. It's like, and that really should be like way more of a metric of somebody's self-worth, like as if their like literal ability to contribute to the happiness of
That
the people around
depends on
them.
the situation. It's like in a wealthy family, they're happier, but it's like there's a lot of like
Oh,
people
kill
with
the poor ones, obviously. Yes, I'm not saying,
Now the poor ones
yeah.
get to wander the whole neighborhood, and everyone's
Yeah,
like,
we
they
still
become
need
like the
them.
neighborhood cat.
You get
We
to
still
rough
need
up.
them for labor. I understand how the New York City suburbs
Right.
work.
Okay.
I understand what
dude,
keeps the sewage flowing under the cities.
movie
Yeah.
theaters aren't going to fucking run themselves.
All
dude.
of the toilets. There's a team of retarded people underground that suck the diarrhea out of them.
Jesus
And that's what we
Christ.
do with them. I'm aware of that. I understand we need them for society to function.
I'm pro retarded, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm a big. I don't know if you guys know the word neurodiversity.
Oh yeah.
Big into neurodiversity.
Italians are very big on neurodiversity because they have to be. That's why they have the mafia. They take care of their own, you know, because most of them are.
They just
do
like
like
it
the
because
theory
there's so
that
many
Italians are
syllables in the word.
Huh?
They just like it because there's so many syllables in the word. They're like, whoa, okay,
More to
Mickey,
say?
come look at this. Neurodiversity, blah, 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 blah. I love saying it.
Yeah, they're stop trying to like cure autism. They're just being like, yeah, this is just something that pops up. We should
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
this is awesome.
Just
Yeah,
trying to say
AI. Everybody's worried about AI
Neuroatypical.
taking over. It's actually just autism that's going to take over.
Yeah.
Autism and intelligence.
More
Yeah.
realistic for autism to take over AI.
Yeah, we're worried about robots. It's us. We're already
Wow,
here.
Terminator versus a bunch of autists.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be a good battle, dude. Just random mass shooters
Yeah,
attacking
those-
robots.
Honestly, I put my money on autistic guys versus.
Oh,
AI.
for sure, because they
The,
can reprogram the guys. The actual robots. They're the ones who built them.
Well, it's like probably things are going to skew more towards autism as people are like increasingly socialized like through technology
Yeah.
and indirect forms of communication. So this whole idea that like a lot of people, I mean myself included, I've made a career of saying I have autism. I don't have autism. I'm just an asshole and I have bad social skills. And like that is like probably more of a result of me spending most of my time online
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than like ever having friends.
Yeah.
And just seeing relationships as sort of oppositional and transactional and like, what do you have on me that I don't have on you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, is that something new that those people are going to rise to power? Or they're just like more manipulative?
Well, I mean, literally,
Now
our
they-
president
now they
is
can-
They're
autistic.
sweethearts, dude.
now they can hide behind being autistic.
Nah, they're strict honor code. Well, there's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a lot of fake autistic. But I've met real deal autistic people I've worked with. Like
They're sweethearts till you
Asperger.
piss them off.
Dude, they're sweethearts.
Then they're-
A lot of those neuroatypical guys are like the those communities or whatever. You read the forums and they kind of like retcon like famous historical figures being like, oh yeah, he was retarded for sure.
claim
Stonewall
every-
Jackson?
every
Isaac
group of
Newton,
people
yeah,
does
Stonewall Jackson was autistic. Isaac Newton was.
Shoot Dan's at him. He's like, well, if they're gonna hit me, they're supposed to.
I would like if it was like Stonewall Jackson, but it's the Pride Stonewall, and he's like, "Who's ready to go to war? Who wants to have a war? God, I can't wait to make slavery continue forever, so I can fuck the okay,
That was good.
yeah, all right, sure, yeah.
Gay Stonewall.
Gay, yeah."
Stonewall Jackson.
How about Stonewall Blackson? And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, don't ask me about my son."
They all hit me with no goddamn
No,
cannon.
Don't
I'm
worry,
standing
man.
right here.
No, he's not black. He has a black son. So he's like, no, of course, I love the Confederacy. I don't. I mean, yeah, it's my son. I don't know. Spent the summer in Italy, so I don't. Got a little bit of some tan on it. What we going through your family now? What's the matter? What he looks like? I'm a general.
That's why he got killed by friendly fire, dude.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Confederates was like,
Someone was jelly. Yeah.
What would Black Stonewall Jackson be?
This is the one I did.
Into anime?
Nextel phone wall Jackson. Yeah, cricket phone wall Jackson. Hey, where you at, man? Yeah, we at Appomattox.
Did you ever, do either of you guys ever watch anime?
No.
I watched.
you?
Fuck. What the hell was that? God damn it! I can't think. It was when they traveled back in time. There's probably a bunch of them, but
Yeah, probably.
Wishbone. I thought anime meant gay children's entertainment. It has to be Japanese. Oh, okay.
I'll think of it and remember. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of liked it, and then I just I don't know.
You realize what comes with it. You're like, oh, this is kind of fun, but then this can't become my personality.
Well, that was my thing. Is if I'm drinking, and I feel like I might have a hangover, and I want to avoid the hangover, I had a practice where I'd get super high. I'd eat like edibles and then watch anime until I passed out. And
Yeah.
that's like a avoid a hangover that way.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I kind of got into it. And I'd watch that one show on time travel, and I'd wake up high and be like, which timeline am I on?
Do you still smoke a lot?
I have like waves. I go in and out.
Yeah.
So it's like I won't for a while, then I'll like gobble edibles. Right now, definitely in an active period. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm definitely working on a whole system of anxiety desensitization from just getting super high and being like, ugh.
It's crazy. Everyone's doing like ketamine therapy. now.
Yeah, dude.
Or
a lot of this-
microdosing.
Even like normal people are doing ketamine therapy.
That's surprising me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm like weird about ketamine. Some
Yeah.
It's like,
dude-
try going to the gym first.
Some dude hit me up.
Right.
Some dude hit me up
Go
about-
for a fucking walk.
Someone
Yeah.
hit me up and they were like, I always talk shit on ketamine. Some guy's like, no, I did it for depression. So he's
Yeah,
like,
I've heard good things.
Dude, I've seen people doing it and it just does not look good.
But it also depends on, who you're getting your opinions from.
It better be USA ketamine, dude. None of that Chinese shit. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's horse tranquilizer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's dissociative.
yeah.
But yeah, that's dude.
But it's just a little. It's just a little horse
No,
tranquilizer.
it's not. I was talking to my friend. She was like, "Yeah, I went and got like ketamine therapy, and I assumed it was like microdosing." And she's like, "No, they give you a
It's
fucking
Oh my
IV
IV
god.
drip. And they put you in a K-hole."
yeah, dude.
Like she's like, yeah, I thought the first time I thought I was dying, and I was like gonna have to explain to my son that I was gonna be dead,
What?
or whatever.
Yeah, bro.
And I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, but the second one was great.
yeah, dude. They
Oh,
put you in-
I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Wait, they give you an IV?
yeah, man. That's how they do it. They could do it intermuscularly, but it's like way quicker just to kind of hit you in the arm with it. Mm-hmm. You just go into a fucking K-hole, dude.
Yeah.
Where are these centers? Are they like open right
Well,
now?
New York City's got plenty of that shit. New York City has like I would not be surprised if rich people don't have like a fucking eternal sunshine like facility somewhere.
Right, right.
You know, what is that movie? Vanilla Sky. Yeah.
I'm trying to start one here.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But
You
I don't
could
know about
probably
shooting
actually
ketamine
like
That's too
like
much pressure.
like buy like the services from that movie The Game in New York somehow.
I know.
There's all these places that are like youth centers, and you just go and you're like, yeah, I'm shitty, and then they're like, oh, here's a bunch of like steroids and HGH, and they'll like prescribe you like you can just get like
What?
you can just get prescription fucking like Tren and HGH.
Jesus.
I know, like I met a guy who's just a doctor, and like I used to go to the gym with him, and he's like just like a doctor. This isn't some fucking like meathead. I mean, I guess he is a meathead, but he is also a doctor. And he's just like prescribing everyone fucking like not the actual testosterone because you can just buy that online, but like Clomid, which like makes your balls not shrink when you cycle off.
Sick.
So what does it do instead of that, though?
What, Clomid?
Yeah, if it doesn't make your balls shrink, like what's the other side effect?
asshole
Because
just
there's always
gapes.
some other thing. There's always some.
Gaping
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
Well, if you're like on testosterone and you like cycle off and you just like stop taking it, it'll like fuck your body up. So I think
Yeah.
like Clomid helps like regulate. I don't know. I mean, I've
There's
never
some
done
other
steroids.
bad effect that's coming
never
from that,
dabbled
though.
with roids, dude. I'm real into more just like mushrooms, weed.
Yeah.
Hands on some clean acid if anyone's out there.
Yeah.
I think that shit's all. I think that's going to be the next wave. Dude,
Psychedelics?
The SSRI stuff hasn't been backed up by real medical evidence.
Oh, really?
No, the evidence is scant.
I don't know. Have you ever done too many psychedelics, though, and you're like, I need to fucking take a chill pill from those? You ever dig too much, and you're like,
Saturday.
oh, yeah. I'm
what
like,
he's-
I think
that's what
I'm
he's
done with
working
the
on.
psychedelics for a while. I'm like, I'm good for
Well, that's the point
I
of
got
them,
some
and
shit.
that's the cool thing. You take them, and you're not like, you're like, all right, I'm cool on these for a while. But,
Yeah.
I like them.
Do you ever think you're going to smoke yourself retarded?
No, that's.
Do you think it's a
propaganda.
thing?
That's
It's propaganda?
That's racist propaganda.
Is it?
Yeah, dude.
Good. I hope so. Because I don't want to stop smoking. I keep telling myself, I'm like,
You're not gonna smoke.
maybe I should stop smoking. What if it's affecting me? And I'm like, but I don't want to.
Then again, I just literally had a concussion, and
Oh, you
not
did?
really working yet. So
How long ago? Everybody's getting
week ago?
concussions.
Yeah, he skipped defensive driving class, got in a nice wreck.
Someone fucking ran a stop sign and cracked me.
Have you had a concussion?
Yeah, probably.
Have you had a concussion?
I don't think so. I mean, I've never gone to the hospital.
Me
but
either,
I've been-
'cause
I've
it fucks
been-
you up.
I've been knocked out, like just
Wow.
like knocked the fuck out, and then like just been real like sleepy and weird.
Okay, so
for,
yes, you
like-
had a concussion.
Yeah.
Concussion?
Damn.
Yeah, I never had one diagnosed,
Same.
but
Yeah.
I played football my whole
Yeah,
life.
you get
you
knocked
definitely-
out and you like don't know where you are, how you got
Yeah.
to the place you're at, and like you're just like kind of just sleepy and out of it. Yeah, I've been concussed, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they slip under the radar a lot because I was just like, can't believe
Yeah.
I got out of that like unscathed, and then like I just didn't sleep for 3 days, and I was like, oh fuck, looked it up.
Yeah.
It's like fuck.
Damn.
It's pretty tight though.
Yeah,
Getting concussed is pretty sick.
dude,
Yeah.
it
Puts
makes
you on another level.
makes you a warrior. I can't wait to kill my family with Bowflex.
Yeah, we were talking
Workout
about that. We were
equipment.
going to we're just waiting. Our
Dude,
whole
Dude, hey,
squad
look,
has
what
CTs.
is it?
Oh shit! Oh no!
June
Poor BB girl.
June 25th. Is that the anniversary of?
Benoit?
Benoit?
Never forget, dude.
Yeah, I
never
know it's
forget,
in.
dude.
It's like June or July because every year I
It was
remember.
hot. It's going to be a hot summer in the
You know
Benoit
what?
house.
I feel like there's been an uptick in like Benoit references in the last like year.
Yeah.
Because it used to be this thing I would forget about, and then every summer I'd remember, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah," and it would just like,
Saw somebody with a sign at a WWE thing that was like, "Bring back Benoit." Hilarious.
yeah. Now it's kind of ruined because people make Chris Benoit jokes all year long, and it's like, yeah, it's like like people are like Christmas. Why can't we have Christmas all the time?
It's true. We
Yeah.
could save it for the summer.
Of course you should save. People don't have any. Yeah, June
Yeah.
24th, 2007.
It should be like that Justin Timberlake meme when it's May.
Oh,
It should Benoit every June.
it should be bad. Yeah, if someone does it, be like, come on, man, enough of this fucking
Yeah,
Benoit
shit's
shit.
hacked,
It's only
dude.
January, dude.
Yeah, that's my. This is my.
You go,
That's,
yeah, you go to the store
Only
and they're
part
like,
of
they're already
Pride
putting up Benoit shit.
People are already
Not
doing
even
Benoit.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, all the Target's Benoit merchandise that they have to get rid of. They're like, hey, Africa, do you want a bunch of Chris Benoit gay stuff? It's a rainbow flag choke slamming his 7-year-old son. I mean, yes, please, give us anything. Any type of help you can provide to Africa.
That'd be nice, dude. To have
Well, that's probably why they got into it.
Yeah.
We kept sending them Benoit shit, and then they were like, we got to solve concussions for them. They don't understand it. That's how it started.
That's true. You think Benoit culture spread throughout Africa? They're like,
Yeah.
we have to stop this.
Rabid Wolverine went through. They're like, we got to put an end to this. America doesn't know shit.
I was just wondering what they did before they knew all this stuff. Like there was a Benoit. There's probably a Benoit like in every village.
Dude, I
Growing-
told
like-
you about my fucking grandpa.
What
What do
happened?
you mean? Like someone with CTE?
I'm talking like growing
Yeah.
up. I mean, even just like
They shouldn't have a name for
Thousands
it.
of years
There's
ago.
somebody who lost it. That's
Dude,
what they
not
called
even
it.
thousands of
Yeah.
years. I told you, my grandpa had CT. Like he got it. He played at Notre Dame, cracked his fucking skull in a game, and then his career ended. And then they just told me that recently, my family. But before that, every story about him was him just fighting people,
Yeah.
and like freaking out. The way he died was he woke up from heart surgery on the operating table and freaked out and tried to fight all the doctors. His
That's
heart exploded.
amazing. Whoa, that is the coolest
He had a
thing I've
hard
ever heard.
CTE, Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a monster too.
damn.
Yeah.
They probably
His-
pulled the plug. They probably snipped him. They hit his aorta. They're like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, yeah, he freaked out. He tried to fight us. Yeah, every story was him just attacking people.
That's fucking
And
sick.
then someone showed me a newspaper clipping from like the 30s where they were like, yeah, he's out this week because of a head injury. It's like, dude, if they're sitting you out in 1930 because of a head injury, that's a
Damn.
fucking serious injury.
Yeah.
Damn.
Everyone else on the team has like radiation sickness. I'm like, yeah, I'm letting good old Uncle Sam do experiments on me. I'm helping out the government. But no, they're not paying me. I'm helping the effort
defeat
where
the
I can.
Japs.
Yeah, I gotta help the Japs out. They're blasting me with fucking 700 grams of ionizing radiation every
We
morning.
got to play Purdue this week.
Yeah, my skin's all burned off. But it's good. They say it's good for you. You know, I found out they used to have this thing in shoe stores called petascopes.
Was that-
It's just like a constantly on X-ray machine, so you could put your children's legs in to see how the shoes fit.
Oh.
So
Wait,
people who worked
what?
in shoe stores in the 30s were just constantly being exposed to massive doses of
They
radiation.
couldn't just take the kid's word for it. But they don't
no.
fit.
They're like,
They couldn't put the fucking thumb on the fucking end of the shoe.
Yeah, no, they just had to, and like even in the 30s, like the fucking government and oversight like groups were like, don't do that.
Good for that salesman. Whoever got that fucking product in all those goddamn stores.
Great grandfather of the asbestos salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I love. You go to the American History Museum, or you just like look at like pictures of like old, like I think what like most is most symbolic of like that era is like old desk fans where they only had like 3 wires on it, and then it's like, yeah, just don't stick your fingers in there because it'll cut your fingers off. And then at a certain point, they're like, well, we can't trust people. So,
yeah. A few
it
more
used to be
wires.
like, it's like, hey, you can let these machines kill you if you want.
Yeah.
You know?
Enough people had their fingers cut off.
Yeah.
We didn't used to need
We gotta
euthanasia. Now we need it because everything's been protected. You know,
True.
Man,
it's like I can't just accidentally die anymore. Can you please kill me?
Yeah.
sticking their finger in that fan just to get out of work. You have a fucking get out of work pass right there every day.
Yeah, anything that's like, they're just like, yeah, that works and sticks around, it's just not safe. Like the fucking trucks the mailmen drive, they're like, yeah, no
You don't
seatbelts,
need a
doors.
fucking door.
Right.
Just don't turn right too
Nothing.
fast.
Yeah.
It's basically a go-kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how many mailmen have just spilled out
Oh,
taking a
dude,
right.
it's got to be countless, dude. How many of our finest we probably lost due to slipping out the door?
Oh wait, I guess it'd be a left. Put it on the right side.
Yeah.
Some dude rolling out.
Yeah, the Asian guy from earlier tripping out. Oh, hey guys. Gets back in, drives off.
What's up?
We've lost a lot of our finest, dude, just rolling down that thing.
Just the boys in blue, man.
And that truck just crashes into a bunch of kids that play.
Yeah. I was at the Transit Museum in New York reading about the how they built like one of the tunnels, I guess, for the trains.
Trans.
Me too.
Yeah, I was like,
Already?
I was holding my breath. I was
Museum?
like,
Yeah, they got their own
They built
museum
the railroad.
now.
I wonder if they had
It's
like the
just a-
bones of trans, just like
a-
a dinosaur.
Yeah, it's in
It's a
Target
huge
actually.
bathroom.
It's in the.
It's a giant bathroom that no one's allowed to use.
Going hanging from the ceiling like the blue whale.
Yeah.
Just like, oh man, they're huge.
But they like they would have to pressurize the tunnels, and they had basically this big like steel sleeve that they would like dig out some of the ground and then push it forward. This big steel sleeve to build the tunnels, like underneath the East River, so that like the sleeve would span like the entire circumference of like the front of the tunnel. They would dig out all the shit and then push the
Sounds like, yeah,
sleeve
boring.
forward. Yeah, boring through. But occasionally you'd hit a pocket where there would be like air in the ground. And the guys who were at the front of the tunnel had the most dangerous job because if like you hit one of those things, it like just sucks all the
Collapse.
pressure out of it. It's being like sucked out of an airlock.
What?
There was a guy that was like sucked through the fucking thing and then shot up 100 feet in the air.
What?
In the East River, falls back into the water, and they're like, "Go back to work, Seamus." They like sent him back down into the fucking
What?
tunnel. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You had to go back to work.
Yeah, he had to go back to work. And then like they have like a list of like what the wages were, and it's like you got paid like half a penny a day, and with that you could buy like a beer.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it was sick. Now the Queensboro Bridge, I was like looking at it or something, and it's like they list like the 9 guys that died making that shitty bridge.
R.I.P., dude.
There's, like this.
Honestly, that's a pretty good deal. You get a name on a bridge.
Yeah. No, I think it just said 9 people.
9 dudes died. Yeah, 9 dudes died on this bridge.
Yeah. It's like you think like 3,000 people died in 9/11, but like how many people died just building New York City?
Oh, dude, a ton.
Right.
Yeah.
Ton.
Yeah.
Falling off of scaffolds and those I-beams and shit.
Yeah. Those like rivet crews that were like just throwing 3,000 degree pieces of metal at each other with like no safety harness.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work with guys like that.
I'm going to become one of the middle-aged guys that like idolizes guys like that and gets mad at children.
Fuck yeah, dude.
They're like, that's how they used to be. Me, no, I'm a soft-titted faggot myself also, but I'm old now. So you can tell from my Harley Davidson shirt that I would have been one of those guys had I been given the opportunity to.
Every old dude gets gay, and they also start being like, I love the military. I would have
dude.
served.
I can't wait. I hope my flight's
Served.
delayed so I can shake people's hands in the airport. There's nothing I want more than to shake the hands of veterans.
Some Air Force Reserve coming through.
Sir, you'll let me wipe the Panera out of my mustache so I can suck your cock while I wait to complain to this United. This man is a veteran. Where's his seat, ma'am?
Yeah, it's awkward, too. Did you ever talk to one of those guys? Like, I had a spring of a couple of Lyft drivers who had been, like, they were soldiers overseas. And, like, when you start getting into, like, the reasons they were over there and the money interest, those dudes go, like,
I love
dead
to
in the
bring up.
eyes
I love
quick,
to bring
dude.
up Call of Duty to those guys. And talk about, dude. I called in this kill streak on fucking whatever that airport level. It was so sick, dude. You ever use one of those for real? Anyways, yeah. No, I'm really good at the game.
Yeah, it was hell, dude.
Yeah.
Then I respawned, and they came back.
They're like, yeah, I was in actually Fallujah too, and one of my friends, and you're like, shut up! God, shut up! Talk about video games.
You were a troop, Shane. How you like this?
I was a troop. I don't support this.
Yeah.
You're buck against this.
I'm all right, man. I was just waiting for a
Do you
flight.
still wear the costume?
Yeah, I have
Do you
the
have
costume.
the costume they gave you? At
I had
West
the
Point?
boots. I was
Yeah.
still wearing those boots for a while.
Dudes
I
would buy
stole
you
Valor
drinks.
a
Do you
couple
still
times.
do you keep them nice? Do you keep the boots nice?
No, the boots are gone now.
Nah.
But I did
You
steal
threw
Valor
them
a
out?
couple times. Yeah, they got too. They were worn out.
You got to re-enlist.
I gotta get new shoes. Yeah.
Damn, that sucks. Your boots are
That's
gone.
so funny that you can just like go to West Point and be like, "Nah, I'm good."
Because
You can't enlist and do that.
Yeah.
Right.
You can go to West Point
Yeah,
and be
sure.
like, "Nah, I'm good," and every single person there is like, "Come on, man, don't quit, please,
Mm-hmm.
please stay."
We
Please.
all want to quit.
They wanted you to
like-
stay.
Yeah, immediately I was getting yelled at by these drill sergeants because I was just taking a shower. Like
Yeah.
after hours, I just got up and I was like, "I'm gonna get in the shower. This sucks."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What the fuck are you doing out here?" Like they started screaming, and they're like, "Do you even want to be here?" And I was like, "No, I'm definitely gonna quit."
Yeah.
And then immediately they're like, "Ah, man, come on, like, it's not that bad,
Do
man."
they? Why? I was wondering this the other day. Like, why do they think they have to like scream it? Why can't they just be like, all right, here's weapons. We're gonna train you guys how to use them. We're gonna make sure you train and get in good shape. Why do they have to
Because
be
you're
like?
supposed to adjust. You want to get people adjusted to having like PTSD immediately.
Yeah.
Legitimately, yeah. I mean, that's the whole reason they're screaming at you and putting you in a high stress situation is because that's what warfare is going to be.
Well, and it's also like
So
you
they
just
put you in boot camp and they demoralize you to the point where you're not an individual anymore. You're only a
You're
weapon.
now Chinese.
You're a weapon. basically.
Damn.
Yeah.
They can't make you can't. I guess that's why you just can't have a bunch of chill ass
Right.
bros waging warfare.
Well, you just
Yeah.
also have to have
Yeah,
a
you gotta be
hierarchy of fucking like people to know who you listen to and like know who you
True,
take your
yeah.
orders from. Like, because in a moment, like you have to know that you're the absolute person who's going to give those orders. Because then in
Yeah.
that situation, you have to come up with something.
I guess there's no time for like.
You have to know where to
like,
look,
debate. There's no time
who to
for, like,
talk
well,
to.
Sarge, actually, here's what I'm thinking. Like
Yeah. Wait, did you ever consider the military?
all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime I see that 20G signing bonus, I'm like, I could do it. And then I get like 3 minutes into the fantasy, and I like think about someone yelling at me, and I'm like, yeah, I don't react well to that.
The only thing that ever scared me away was the idea of having to do something for more than 6 months.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same reason I don't have any tattoos or
Yeah.
you know any real opinions actually.
yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah, as soon as someone starts yelling at you, you're just like,
Yeah, that's my thing.
I
Or
can
just like,
leave. I can just leave.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was he was like a artillery captain or whatever. There's like a friend of the friend. We would like hang out and go drinking and stuff. And I was at like when I was like 23, I didn't know what I was gonna do, and like my money was like fucked up, and like comedy was kind of just like whatever. And I was thinking about enlisting, and he's like, no.
yeah.
He's like, absolutely not. That would turn into a Fort Hood situation almost immediately. He was like, I'm telling you right now, you would do terrible in the military.
Yeah, Shane
Yeah.
gave me the talk. I was telling
Yeah,
Shane, I was
me
like,
and
I would have
Matt-
been Universal Soldier, dude.
Yeah,
You just
Matt
would've-
was like, I could have been a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
I was like, trust me, everyone thinks that because they saw American Sniper, but
I literally,
nah.
I think just seen American Sniper.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get you.
Do that.
That and Zero Dark 30.
Because I've also dedicated my life towards like not having an alarm clock.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
Well, that's what that's what those middle-aged guys are. Is like they also have the delusion that they could have done it, but they don't have anyone in their life anymore to be like, no, you can't.
yeah, exactly.
You know, because it's like, of course you can. It would just be cruel to tell that man that, like, no, he was destined to sell computer parts that he didn't understand.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's true. Like you could have been a fucking SEAL, but
No,
instead
you-
you made the ultimate.
You've been a
sacrifice.
fucking loser your entire life. You will continue to be a loser. You have nothing more than your like model train forums and
Yeah.
you know shaking people's hands at the airport.
It's a tough thought, man, when you start thinking about like the inevitability of how many people just die utterly mentally wrecked of just like it never worked out.
Yeah. Well, it's because they never
Into the
learn to
furnace of
like
time.
live for people other than themselves, which is like a necessary transition. You have to like understand that you're like part of an ongoing process of like humanity. There's people that came before you that died or whatever.
Matt's got
Yep.
2 dogs. He doesn't live for himself. He's
Yeah.
got 2 dogs to live for.
No, I heard that. I'm hearing that, man. You are an ongoing process. People get too hung up on themselves. It's the worst thing in the world. Yeah. I'm just, dude, putting me right. I always said, you bury me, just put me in a burlap sack and kick me in a hole, dude. Let me disintegrate. That's weird to put people in a fucking.
But here's the thing:
box,
it's like people won't even care enough to do that. They'll have a regular funeral for you. No one will care about your stupid burlap sack.
Right, right.
I know that's why.
Like, yeah, he wanted some fancy burlap sack thing to prove how much of a regular guy he was, but
No,
really,
that's
he
for my
actually
own-
was a regular guy, and we don't give a shit enough. So here's your suit, here's your casket,
No, I don't
put
want
you in the
that.
ground in
Unless
2
you
years.
served, dude. Then they toss
Yeah.
a flag on
True.
there. That's the difference.
Bin Laden, dude. If they're gonna
I'll
do
Bin
that,
Laden
You get a
then your-
garnish.
Your bones get like you're supposed to just kind of like break down back into the dirt.
How about
But
a
no,
make
bones
a
are gonna be
a Make-A-Wish kid that wants to simulate the murder of Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, that's a great way.
I want a compound in Pakistan. I want the Navy SEAL to come in, and I'm going to hide behind my wife, and then they're going to shoot me and dump my body in the ocean. And they're like, well, we did it for Bat Kid, so I guess
They did it for that.
That's how we got Osama. It like touched his heart. He was like, I guess I'll show up and do
My
this.
favorite movie is Zero Dark 30, and I want to die like Osama.
Oh fuck! Although he said sorry, like sorry, I have to say this.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Totally understandable. That's too fucking funny.
Yeah, you're saying the bones get fucked up?
Doesn't matter, dude.
Oh, okay.
That's so fucking funny. I'm stuck on that kid just sitting in that
It'd be great if
chair.
they skimped and they were just like, you know what, fuck it, we'll just dump him at sea. We're not gonna do the
Dad's
whole
like, he
compound.
has cancer. You said any wish.
He sees some laser beams coming in through his window. He's like, oh yes.
I would love to have a son just so I could write to the Make-A-Wish Foundation with my left hand and be like, I really want my dad to fuck Allison Brie. They're like, it's what he wants. I'm going to deny my son that.
There's a sock company that's apparently like using their retarded son as like the.
Yeah, I saw
Did
that.
you see
You're
that?
like, yeah, this Down
Poster
syndrome
child?
guy has come up with.
It's about time he pulled his weight. Damn.
This poor Down syndrome
Yeah.
boy thinks he invented socks.
Yeah, dude. They're using him as like the mascot.
Yeah.
and they're just fucking killing it all.
Damn.
Yeah.
So there's money to be made.
Oh, yeah.
In the
MGM Lion.
retarded business, the retarded industry is about to be like easily $3 billion a year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how Boeing can make up for killing all those people with those faulty jets. They're like, we want to show you the guy that designed the plane. Still want to be mean about him now? About safety features?
The dude who did
He's
the
like,
checks.
I did my best. I tried to make the best plane I could. I'm sorry my best wasn't good enough for you. And then a bunch of Indonesian people have to apologize. The government of Jakarta is like, we did not know it was a retarded guy.
Yeah, it's a good failsafe. Any historical fucking catastrophe, just be like, there was a retarded guy at the helm. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we didn't want to take all the credit for this, but
Well, that was like European history from like 1320 until 1880.
look, we didn't want to stroke ourselves off, but we put retarded guys in charge. Oh man,
Yeah, well, that probably does it, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
man.
like
Hour
hour
40.
30. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're way over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I was
Sick.
wondering.
Yeah, I got to piss. Hour 40. That's perfect. Thank you guys. so
Yeah, of
much.
course,
you.
man. Thank you.
Sorry to Adam. Adam has no idea that this happened. So, guys, check out Adam Friedland on Twitter. Give him a follow. Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
And Matt and Shane's secret podcast.